Are we good now? Are we Gucci?
Gucci?
Them island boys.
Cause I'm an island boy and I kiss my brother.
We're gonna leave that in.
We're from the same mother.
Just that part.
So it doesn't matter. I'm an island boy and I'll kiss my brother.
The other intro is so different. We really were in a different space.
How quickly things change.
Epstein Island.
Wow. You just started off being, gonna have to bleep everything.
Hello, everybody.
That was all good. I didn't say anything inappropriate.
Welcome to the pod. This is it's a milestone. This is our first episode post-launch. Thank you everybody for your kind comments and subscribes and likes and all that stuff. This is it's exciting, you know. This is a new space for all of us.
How do you feel, man? How you feel?
I'm feeling pretty good. This is my first time. I thought I'd be an innocent bystander for the rest of my life, but I actually have a TikTok and I'm posting and participating on it. So that's
You feel famous?
getting there. You know, got a few hundred views on a video.
Whoa, big timer!
You know, it's feeling pretty good.
How'd that feel?
Feeling pretty good.
Your first TikTok post. How'd that feel?
Well, it was surprising because I went out last night and I was like posting the video in the Uber on the way over to the bar, and I just came home and I didn't even like check up on it again. And then it was like, when I looked, it was like, you got like 800 views, got a few comments, got a couple likes. I was like,
you got that many?
That's that hit of dopamine that everybody
got
has.
that many.
Oh, I didn't know he had a personal or if this was our stuff.
Well, I mean, since you guys haven't done any sort of effort towards it, it's ours, but you know, I'm running it.
Sean?
I'm running
he threw
it.
a slight at you.
Well,
he said, since Sean hasn't been a part of anything, I had to take responsibility.
Well, he seems quite
you guys
concrete on his anti-TikTok stance, because I was telling both of you guys need to get a TikTok so I could tag you in the videos, and he's like,
need to talk no ticks.
I'll take the talk.
Will you?
You won't. No, he'll be doing the dance. He'll do all the dance ones.
Bad boy.
Yeah, actually, I could see Trey doing that.
Yeah, I could see Trey doing some dance trends right after he gets off of work. He's got some.
Now he do them at work.
Got to stay
not working
under a crane. Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one on TikTok. But I mean, it's either between that or you're gonna make me one. So this is like a forced hand approach. I see.
I mean, that's a lot of work. I was just like, you can make a profile. You don't have to have anything on there. I just need to tag somebody. I'm just looking for some metrics.
Dude,
baby.
just tag Jason Statham.
Oh, we somebody said we missed on that clip. We should have mentioned Tom Cruise because he's pretty deep in that. I just watched Mission Impossible franchise.
I just watched all the Mission Impossibles
in a span of how long?
2 weeks.
Was there more than 10?
7, 6.
It's close.
Six.
But
7's coming out.
Ain't nothing more than 10, dude. Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
He's the
you
man.
really stuck on the Diesel thing.
10, and he hasn't been in nothing else of
Not
credit.
10.
Yo, do you think
X.
Riddick is the same character that drove all those cars?
Kind of.
He was pretty all about family in Riddick and Pitch Black.
I thought in Riddick he's like, I have no family.
I thought one, he doesn't have family. The next one he has family, and then he's Groot, which is all about family. He's only got one.
Maybe
card.
He's like the actual best actor ever because he's just trying to teach us
to be all about family. In his contract, movie must be about family. Character role, all about.
Doesn't matter because he has no arc in any of his roles. Maybe Boiler Room. No, he doesn't change in that. He's the same.
Damn,
maybe
that's his best movie ever.
Fourth Gear is his arc. Right? That's right. Right? It would be though, right?
Double changes RPM.
Double shifting.
When you live life a quarter mile at a time,
one can only do it different so often, but he does it 10 times so far.
Lives life in fourth gear. But yeah, what's good, everybody? Like, how's you guys' week?
Hot, dude.
Californians talk about weather, and
I don't know, man. It's been hot. People are lucky to live in like
anywhere but here.
Yeah, anywhere that's not a desert or deprived of water.
Houston sounds brutal.
Yeah, anywhere but here in Houston.
Well, did you hear that people are purposefully going to Death Valley because they want to go to, what is it, like Furnace Creek, because it's supposed to get like to be the hottest temperature ever recorded. Like they want to get to a place that's going to be 130 degrees, like
For why?
just to be there and
They
maybe
just kinda
pass out and die.
They just want to die.
They want to turn themselves into jerky or something?
Yeah, something like that.
That's cool. That's not for me.
That's
I
kind of
get
like
it, but I don't
a
get
weird
it.
reverse Heaven's Gate thing, where like they're all just going there, but there's nothing to drink. They just burn up.
I wouldn't be down,
Hell's
dude. I'm
Gate.
sorry. I don't even like it when it gets like 98 degrees.
That's like a throw. That's like,
I like
you know,
it from 94 to 98.
No,
that's
Nick
exactly what
Lachey?
it's like in Pish. That
You know, no Nick Lachey for you.
was not 98 degrees.
I can't even remember one of their
That's,
songs to even try to sing it.
That's
dude.
98
Backstreet
degrees.
Boys.
Nick
No,
Lachey?
Nick Lachey is 90
Nah, he's
degrees.
90 degrees.
Yeah, Nick and his
Jessica
brother,
Simpson,
Nick Lachey, and the other Lachey.
Darvin.
Darvin Lachey.
Nick and other Lachey.
Nick and plus one Lachey.
Yeah, he looked like the little reject Lachey too, because he's all small
Short
and
hair.
looked just like him.
Had the same haircut though.
Oh wait, am I thinking
all
like
his
that? Aaron.
All of his clothes were
No, but
hand-me-downs.
No,
that's
you're
that's
thinking of the Carters.
The Carters.
Carters.
Which one of them
That's the
died?
Backstreet Boy, right?
Yeah, which the younger
Okay,
one died.
that's what I'm
yeah.
thinking. They're not the same person. Are you sure? He's just not the same
Nah,
person
they
in two
look
different
different.
bands.
Nah, right before Rest in Peace, like you said to Aaron, no,
Yeah.
you could tell they're different people.
They're different people.
No, I mean Nick and the other Carter,
Nah,
Nick.
they different.
Oh,
Like I
wait,
just
wait,
said.
wait. Oh,
Lachey
I
was
got-
like-
that's a Jessica Simpson's
Yeah.
husband or ex-husband?
Ex-husband.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
What was their show called?
The Newlyweds.
Nick and Jessica.
Newlyweds. That fool was always drinking Miller Lights.
And they were always eating tuna.
Yeah.
Brother, it's sponsored by Chicken of the Sea.
Just
What you expect?
sponsored
That's a
by
hard
Miller
sponsor-
Lite and tuna.
That's a hard sponsorship. I'm down for that.
I'd be down.
That's all
I'd
you
take
need.
Bumblebee though. I want Bumblebee.
Bumblebee tuna.
Nah, I'm gonna be
Bumblebee tuna.
nose up. That has to be line caught. Everything.
Oh, you're gonna be my
Nose up.
everything. I'll take it out the can. I'm a real person.
I love my mercury poisoning. I'm a real person.
He's an algorithm. Don't believe in people.
Damn.
Created him in
Either that.
computer
Created him
program.
last night.
He ain't real.
He ain't real.
He a deep fake. The deepest of all fakes.
I try to be,
Yeah.
but not.
But yes, it's been hot.
Yeah,
Very
it's
hot.
finally summer. We were all complaining on the West Coast that it's so cold. The winter's so long. When's summer gonna get here? Summer gets here, and we're like, it's too hot. I wish it was cold again.
Well, not cold, but just like marginally
cool.
all right, dude. Like this is ridiculous.
It's not that even ridiculous here.
I mean,
gonna
it's
get
every
crazy.
year. Nah, but it's not out here though. But out by them, it's been 100 like every day for like a week.
Who's them?
Who are they?
Trades them?
Oh,
Why am I gotta be them?
well, you're the
Because it's
representative
you-
of the
it's you-
Inland Empire.
Yeah, it's you plus the 909.
You're the inland boy.
They're they.
You're the,
I am me.
you're the inland boy.
You're the inland
I'm
boy.
an inland boy, and I'll just kiss my brother.
Okay, so do you want to give
young?
some context about
Yeah, do you
like
wanna
why
give-
you're talking about some brothers
Yeah,
making
the
out?
Island Boys. I don't know if you guys seen them or not, but they were kissing each other. It's kind of gross because they're like identical twins.
When you say this, because like it was a video. Just
Yeah. That's why I think somebody paid them, because it looks like they're only the ones they're filming themselves like in a bathroom, just making out, and that's the video.
Well, but didn't you
It's
say
gross.
okay? Didn't you say
It's
something about
gross.
that? About their previous
Yeah,
younger
what's the rumor?
exploits?
Well, the rumor is that
By
they
the
were
way,
on,
rumor.
allegedly they were on
Allegedly.
Epstein Island when they were kids, and another alleged rumor was that their ex-manager had caught him in the restroom together. with one of
Do we
their
have to
pants
bleep
down.
that out? Do we have to say something like Carly Rae Jepstein or something like that, or can we say?
Nah, he's a
Epstein?
regular person.
Okay,
He's got
Wait,
rights
I've
to-
never heard that one. Carly Rae
I just made it up.
Jepstein.
Was
Call
you,
Me Maybe?
Is you impressed?
That was good. Damn,
was
Call Me
good.
Maybe is even lower than that. Called Me Maybe Island,
It called me maybe.
possibly.
No, they definitely calls you.
Speed though.
Yeah, so that's what that Island Boy.
Yeah, they were kissing, and it was just very gross. I think that they're just hurting for money because it
'Cause
was
they
funny
don't-
though. And Schulte did have a good comment about the video. He said because clearly one of them looked like he was going in for another one after, and the other one like stopped. So Schulte was like, "Oh, it looks like the other one wasn't finished."
Calling him Schultze like you best friends. You and Andrew Schultz sitting in a
Yeah,
tree.
you and Schultz is hanging out
Maybe
with Rogan.
you know,
You hanging out in Texas during the week? Is that what
upper
you're saying?
echelon.
Yeah.
I got family everywhere.
Oh,
you
you're
you
elite.
eating a lot of elk these days?
Elk, venison, bison, veal. I
Deer.
love anything that has
Antlers?
a heart that stopped beating that I eat.
I
Because you're a meaty boy.
I'm a meat
meaty cheesy boy.
eater boy, which is even worse.
Pause.
He's a
no
meat
pause
slab
needed.
boy.
He's a sausage boy.
Yep. This is what we've been
Yeah,
avoiding.
it's a slow news week, but what else?
I mean, this is
what
not
else
even
going
news.
on?
This is our sad lives.
Well, I've been saying,
How was your week? Me, the boy.
No, week was good. It was just really hot.
well,
dude.
I got like 3 friends in Italy right now. It's making me a little jealous.
antsy?
Shout out
Yeah.
Marlene. Shout out Desiree.
What
Shout
part are
out Gabriela.
Anybody protesting?
A little bit of
Are they
everywhere.
safe?
No, not.
Marlene's
That's
right now.
France.
She's in
That's
Cinque
why,
Terre.
that's why I said I didn't know where.
He's talking about Italy. Sorry.
Oh,
Bro,
specific.
stay on topic.
Yeah, bro.
Come on, bro.
I'm trying to ask
This is
questions.
your show.
Trying to ask questions. Trying to be.
Pay attention.
Italy.
Italy.
I think my friend Des is in. She's actually in Sorrento, so she's kind of like not too far where we're from in Amalfi.
Yeah.
And I think Gabriela's in Liguria, I believe.
I don't know
Somewhere.
where that is. I think
That's
going back
dope,
next
though.
time we need to do Cinque Terre. We haven't, and then I want to do the Dolomites.
I actually want to
that?
do Milan.
Oh yeah, well Milan's
bit.
yeah.
Although I heard it's
North.
like all design, fashion stuff. Food is like
Meh.
not like they use butter up there. They don't use olive oil, so it's like it's different. It's
What
just
you-
different.
Would you go see Venice? Because you're like right there.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, I want to see it. Like, there's a lot of like epic sights to be seen over there, but I'm not particularly drawn to. I heard in the summer it just smells like shit over there.
Because of all the sewage in the water.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. It's always constantly
smells
backing
like
up.
Teen Spirit.
It smells like Italian spirit.
Some might.
That's spiritful.
Hey,
But yeah, it's,
that's the spirit.
so yeah. I've been thinking about our trip last year quite fondly.
Bro, remember when I left my bag over there?
Left your bag?
Remember when we were eating and we left and I left my
Oh.
Right after we went to the.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking about it the other
Saint
day. I was
Laurent.
like, wow. I be always doing
You were super excited.
forgetful things.
We went to
Yeah.
dinner and then we went shopping. Then we went to dinner and then Trey left his shopping bag at the restaurant, and then we walked like a block to go back to our Airbnb.
Not a
It was
block, like
further
a half
than-
mile.
And then he was like, "I left the bag there. Should I just
No,
leave
it
it?
was
Have we-
funny how
have we gone too
I
far?
phrased it though. Like,
Yeah, we're
'cause
like,
I was like,
you're like, oh,
hey
I
guys,
left my bag.
I left my bag at the restaurant. And you guys are like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, the bag with my bags that I just bought. And it was like, ooh, I think we gone too far. I think Ryan
Yeah,
was like,
you-
no way.
You're like, you're tripping. Go
we
back.
gotta go back.
And that couple, they were just eating there with
I
a.
was like, check under your legs, bro. There's a bag there. And he's like, no,
He's
there's.
probably so bummed.
He
He's
was.
like
When
that.
he saw that, he's
He
like,
says
I-
that bag says
He's like,
YSL.
he's in the wrong bag right
No.
here. I just came up. I was like, there's a bag there, bro. I need it. And he's like, there is a bag there. Here you go.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, I definitely do miss Europe. But like everyone's out there right now, so I don't necessarily miss it right now because it sounds crazy.
It's
crowded.
peak season, but I do want
Yeah.
to go there during, like, maybe not peak, but like I'd go there in August, even though it's ungodly warm. I'd like to go there because when we were in Ostini, like half the shit was closed down. So
It would be crazy to see Ostuni specifically
Popping
off, or that whole area. I mean, every year I'm gonna try to go to Europe just to see an Arsenal game. So at some point this year,
It'd be cool to see like Matera, like
pop off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bussin'. Yeah.
They do sometimes they do DJ sets.
there's
up
there's like a festival
doing
there.
stuff when
New
we were over
Janea was like
Yeah.
doing
New
playing a
Janea?
show. Yeah.
there.
Shout out.
Yeah. What's this about your weed break?
Well, I decided to not quit smoking weed. I just decided to quit buying weed. So then,
Sounds like such a brokey.
no, it's not so much cost thing. It's more productivity thing. It's just because, like, after a long day, like first thing I want to do is just take
I
a
hear
little rip. But then I'm like,
economically advantageous.
I get
course.
really relaxed after I do that, and
Like, too relaxed?
yeah, one could say too relaxed, and that's on me. But then like this past week, I ran out, so then I just didn't buy anything, and I've got real tempted. Like the clinic closes at 9. It's like 8:45. I can make it because
I
it's
can
just
do
down
it.
the street. But then I was like,
That's what I said
what?
before the podcast.
Whatever.
I had to go to the clinic.
It's whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
That's cool. So how long have you gone without smoking?
Well, I went out last night, and my friend, she was like, shout out Paige, like she was like,
So that was that?
I have a joint. Do you want to smoke it? And I was like, I mean, yeah, I didn't buy it, so that's not breaking my
I
rules.
ain't paying.
So it's not taking a weed break. It's
basically, yeah, but basically during the week I'm not gonna smoke, so it's like just on the weekends.
Yeah, man. I feel you.
Because it's like, it's at the same time it's the most advantageous where it's like I want to just like disconnect and just chill and relax. But yeah, I guess it can get a little too far, get a little too relaxed sometimes.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, on the weekends I got nothing to worry about. Just having fun with you guys.
Have fun with the boys.
And then just get super blazed and eat too much and fall asleep.
What's the longest you've gone not smoking in the past, like what, 10 years?
3-4 hours.
You?
Stupid.
5?
10
Well,
years?
besides
You
was
haven't gone,
when we went
a
to
couple
Europe.
days.
When we went to Europe,
Right.
not counting, yeah, you found the pen. Like, let's say that. But that's the longest you've gone without
That's the
smoking in the last
longest,
like
for
10
sure,
years.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, wow.
So that was at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, I was chill.
Yeah. Yeah. How, besides
Me?
that.
I had an ex. She was Muslim, and and she didn't drink, didn't smoke. She was
Assalamu
yeah, but it was cool. Like I didn't maybe smoke for like 6 months.
That's pretty good.
Pretty long.
That's about
And I didn't miss it
basically
at
what
all.
I did.
I didn't miss it at all.
Yeah.
Like it was cool. I mean, when you have like a sexually active partner like that, you could give up a lot of things instead of your vices.
Was the emphasis on sexually active?
Yeah, because like that's what distracts you. You know.
Just trade.
Wouldn't you rather do that?
Trading one vice for the other?
Exactly. We're all just
So wait, you said that the majority of your average tray is 4 hours between smoking.
Well, when I sleep, so like 6.
You
So,
only
like,
sleep, you only sleep 6 hours. You see how my voice? You see what you did to my voice?
Okay,
right there?
so I back that. I operate solidly on 6 hours. Anything over that, like 8 hours, I could do it, but that's a little too much for me.
8 hours is for those people that just feel like they're living a life of luxury. Like, I don't got time for all that.
I mean, do you really think that you living out your best lives at 6 hours?
I know at 4 hours, it's
what's the difference?
It's a fine line because 4
How you
hours
gonna hit
is
the
not
gym
enough.
and then
With freaking like what supplements?
you can be getting those like illegal like supplements.
It's gonna be Trey on HGH and shit.
just push
taking
yourself
like
to-
straight adrenaline.
Yeah, have a little mini heart attack or something.
Was it because we were talking the other day? I was like, oh, like we have a friend's our friend's wedding. Shout out Nufo and Courtney in November.
Shout out.
And I was like, oh, I'm like definitely not in shape for summer.
Bang, bang.
I could lose 20 pounds, but it's like we got November, so we could do it by then. Is that what made you want to join the gym?
That's what Ozempic's for.
I'm not a celebrity. I can't get somebody to be like a doctor to be like,
my,
oh, can you?
My coworker got it. So
Got what?
Ozempic. So
What's Ozempic?
It's a
it was for
diabetes.
right? But
yeah.
then it also helps.
Is that
people lose
weird
weight.
patch that everybody be wearing?
No,
No,
it's a
that's
self-injectable. It
I didn't mean
suppresses
weird
your
at
hunger.
all.
No, yeah. What does it do though?
It suppresses your hunger.
So like people take it to lose
Isn't that
weight.
what crack does?
But that one takes
I don't
your
know.
teeth
What-
and makes you
Someone
pick
takes your teeth
and
and
makes you
your
pick
dignity.
it and some of your skin. It's a bit different.
I'd say that's more like meth. Probably like
Oh.
No, I didn't know. So that's a pharmaceutical that can give you over the counter or what?
no, it's prescription.
Prescription.
But like it's
Isn't that what over the counter is?
no over the counter is like Tylenol.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought over the counter meant prescription because like if you walk
Nah.
in somewhere, I thought that like pharmacists. has
I
to
mean,
hand
if you
it
want
to
to say like yeah, he's handing it to you over the counter.
yeah.
Nah, but you
Literally, yes.
over the counter is like as in like doesn't have to be a prescription.
I thought that's what over the counter meant prescription.
You don't go to the doctor often, do you?
Nah.
Oh, this man who just told me he has such great health insurance.
Yeah, I do.
I know. I
I
can't.
mean, but I
believe you're
can't
still
talk
not-
shit because like I don't. I go.
That's weird.
Maybe
You
once
guys
a
don't
year.
use
I
that.
go like once a year.
How many times do you use your car insurance?
Don't say
You pay
that.
for
That's
it every
mean.
month though. You pay for it every month though. How often do you use it, John?
But
How often
but,
do you use it, John?
but
Technically
your
use it
rate
all the
doesn't go
time.
up when you use your health
Just
insurance,
ask me how
bro.
often do you use it, but you
Bro,
pay for
but-
it every month.
But your rate doesn't go up on health insurance. How are you going to pay for that every month? And there's no.
Because I don't pay for my boss does.
It comes out of your check.
Mm-mm.
Technically, it does.
It does, though. Technically.
Technically, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh.
It does.
It does.
Technically, of
Wouldn't you rather just have that money?
course.
But you don't, because it's not that way.
Yeah, I asked. It could be at my job.
Why don't you just go use it?
I mean, I have it when I
Because
need
I
it.
got clips to cut, dog.
It's
I got audio to
I
post.
have it when I need it. Like when something hurts, I'll go.
That's not true.
Oh
at
yeah,
all.
like when your back hurt,
That's not
you didn't
true at
go,
all, bro.
You did not go.
You were pushing pedals from other people, dude. You're calling up your friends. Hey, man, why don't you just go to the doctor?
I mean,
when something hurts real bad, I'll go to the doctor.
When's the last time you went to the doctor?
Well, what do you consider a doctor?
Not the clinic.
Not your shaman.
Not to get like when you had to get a rec from when shit was
'cause
medical.
I go to the doctor all the time. Then
Yeah, no, this isn't the it's not the homie that
I
sells
talk
you
to
weed.
doctors.
No, we're not talking about your homie who's like ripped.
Like you not trying to fucking twist this. When's the last time you went into a doctor's office for your own health and they checked you in, you paid the copay for yourself?
Ooh.
He's gonna still pick up something that he can.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do it on the first snap.
It's been a while.
And it's been a while.
Is a mile like months? Been a while like months, or is that like years?
No, okay.
No, I
so,
bet you it's been like 5 years.
yeah, no, I have a weird thing with doctors, dude, because I was always sick when I was a kid, so I hate doctors, dude. Like every time I went to the doctor when I was a kid, I had a problem. I had to have like surgery or something.
I feel you.
So like I'm being dead honest. So like I hate going to the doctor.
Yeah, I don't really like it either.
They always tell me something's messed up.
Do you guys get your annual like you just like
blood work?
No, yeah, like regular like ball checkups or like shit like
Nah, they always tell me there's a problem, so I stopped going.
All right.
Broken
like
clocks
that,
right
though.
twice
How
a
many
day.
times did you checking your balls when you were a kid? I don't
No,
think
the
that's
last time I got checked, I was straight. But
He's like,
no,
sir, this is a dentist. Put your balls away.
Nah, but I've had a hernia. I've had pneumonia like 4 times. Like, dude, I hate the doctor.
Wait,
Has
4 times
pneumonia-
like since you were like when
has
you were a
pneumonia
kid. And
4
then you're like-
times.
Bro, I've
smokes
had
half
pneumonia.
bowls.
I've had Sean knows, and he's pretending like he. Yes,
no, yeah,
I've
yeah.
had walking pneumonia,
Recently?
and I
Yeah.
had walking pneumonia for a year straight, and I was still smoking weed and just
Yeah.
using my inhaler
Yeah,
after.
he was
Wasn't
dumb.
that kind of like you're doing it to yourself at that point?
Yeah, it was
You
funny.
probably could
but
be.
no,
It's
like
funny.
I couldn't.
You weren't
shake
even
it.
making
I couldn't
content.
shake
I know
it.
you weren't even a content creator
I
then.
couldn't shake it, dude.
This is funny.
I
If
can't
only
shake
had
it.
Content.
Doc, it just
I don't know why this keeps on happening to me. Why does this keep on happening to me?
What are you doing? This inhaler ain't working.
No, but yeah, no. So yeah, no, I just don't like going to the doctor.
Yeah, no, I don't either. I actually need to get. I haven't gotten blood work done in probably a few years because like whenever I get it done, I almost pass out.
Oh,
I don't think I eat enough, but like I feel like whenever I get
it, can you like? It's like
I lied. Last time, COVID-19 shot.
I don't
You're
almost,
one
I
of
almost don't
two.
even count that.
That's not even. Yeah, you can do that. At CVS. They ain't a doctor.
was.
I did it. I did it at Rite Aid.
That's not a doctor.
Says who?
They're technically a nurse who gives it. They administer it.
I saw the
Doctor
doctor. Though.
is
They
there.
had to. They had to sign the paper
He saw him. He didn't talk to him, but he saw him.
for my health. I saw a doctor in a place of doctorish.
In a place of
Doctorish?
doctorish.
In the place of doctorish.
You know the doctory place with the ish.
You know they sell all sorts of things.
And you can also
there.
get an assortment of nice
a little
candies or like
stethoscope.
or like some fucking supplements
no,
or something.
no.
pick up
Last
some
time.
random groceries and get a shot.
Oh fuck! I went to the hospital with you in Europe. I just didn't get checked out.
Oh, true.
Yeah, but all you did. That means
No,
both-
we
the
did-
last time you guys went to the doctors was because of me.
I will say
You're welcome.
I've been there since then. I've actually been there a few times. I actually because does it count? Like I get tested like blood work after
That
every
doesn't really
like
count.
sexual
That
partner.
doesn't really count.
Do you
That's
go
like
to-
a
are you
Planned
going to the
Parenthood
doctor?
test.
I'm going to like the health clinic.
clinic.
It's not the doctor. It's the health clinic.
Well, shit,
I
guess
mean,
it
I guess
counts.
so. It does. You've given.
I mean, I'm
You're
just
giving
getting
some
tested
goods
for
and you're
STIs.
giving
I'm not
info.
getting tested for anything else.
Oh,
But
you
I'm good
only
on
get- Oh, what's an STI again? Sexually transmitted infection?
So just so all those watchers know, he is tested and
but
healthy.
only for STIs. So STDs.
Those aren't a thing anymore, dude.
Oh, we done changed
It's not
it
the
like
proper.
UFOs?
It's not the proper nomenclature.
What year are you even living in? It's been STIs for like 2 decades. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that I don't know, but I think.
No, it's STIs. It's
But
STIs.
no, I know it's STIs.
But it like it's
But it hasn't been STD
interchangeable
for a long time.
It's interchangeable, yeah.
For real.
But yeah, I don't.
There's no longer no STDs.
It's not a disease, it's an infection.
So AIDS isn't an STD.
That's not even no. It's 'cause it's not sexually transmitted. It can be, but it's also
because AIDS is HIV is AIDS is not.
I know
HIV is
HPV
infection.
Can be like STI, I guess.
Well, because they're not necessarily. I don't know what is a disease anyway. So I guess we're really getting down to semantics in here.
I don't know.
I like.
I'm not gonna even say.
I like words, but I can't say that I use.
I feel like
all of them.
STDs are still alive, kids. So strap up.
With like what, like John Morant strap up or like?
Yep.
Strap on.
Strap on, strap up.
Just be extra safe. Or use both. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you
safe
then.
in these streets, dude.
Coming
And these streets,
streets.
Guns N' Roses,
These streets ain't safe,
2024.
dude. People making their own rules out here, man. Me included.
Yeah.
Every time I think D Rose is gonna get a ring, it doesn't. Happen.
When
I don't know
have
why
you
you
thought
think
he's
that.
gonna get a ring? When's the last couple times?
New York.
You thought he was gonna get
That
a
was
ring
like
with the Knicks?
greatest chance. The Knicks were like the closest he's gotten since his first year.
It was the Great White Hope, if you want to call it that.
There's nobody white on that team.
General manager or something like that. Probably.
Coach.
Oh, what's the
Coach
owner?
Rose.
David.
I don't know. Nick Turn.
Everybody hates him.
Sterling.
No, that's
Donald Duck.
that's Donald Sterling. That's Clippers. Shout out Clip Nation. But yeah,
Forever.
I wanted to bring it back to last week because we were talking about like sex work and stuff, and like the progression of somebody of
I don't care. You can have sex.
of a corn star beyond their
Thanks for
corn
that. Okay.
career.
I've been waiting for you to tell me. It's okay.
Adriana Chechik was on Whitney Cummings' podcast, and she was like talking about her story. Like after she apparently, like I didn't even know the story, but she
You gotta fill me in on these people because I don't know these names.
Adriana
it sounds
Chechik
like
is a porn
people.
star.
Adriana Chechik was a corn star, a very
Corn.
prolific one at a time.
I mean, the
and then
second one for sure did. Cummings?
Whitney Cummings, no, she's a comedian.
That's a real name, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry for her. I'm sorry for you.
I think she doesn't need your apology.
I don't know. It's
she's
it's
she's
not.
doing
I'm sorry for
quite
you.
well.
It's I'm sorry for my.
I'm sorry you
for
feel
me.
about that
I'm
name.
sorry for my.
I'm sorry I feel that
Yeah.
way about your name.
yeah, that's.
But yeah,
They're
she
putting
was
words in my mouth. I'm sorry for you.
she was on Whitney Cummings' podcast, and she was talking about her journey. Like she was a very prolific adult actress, and then she literally broke her back.
Yeah. She jumped into a
She jumped.
foam
I
pit.
seen her
Pause.
at like TwitchCon. No, I seen that.
No, I don't know. Was it from that or was it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she jumped
It
into
was a foam pit.
It was
that-
a fake foam
It was
pit.
a.
Shit, I didn't even know about
It
that.
was a fake foam pit that she thought was a foam pit.
foam
And they were
pit.
like, don't jump, don't jump. She was like, not paying attention to the workers. So she was like, TikTok for life. Let's do this.
Why would
And
you have
she
a fake
jumped and,
foam
like,
pit though?
I'm not sure if she said TikTok live.
She
was
didn't,
good.
but she was like doing her stuff and filming her people. So she jumped. And bro, it's sad though, because she thought it was a real foam pit.
Yeah.
And she wasn't high though, but
No,
still.
but
But there was nothing there.
no. It's
Well,
just-
it was foam, but it wasn't a foam pit.
Yeah. So like literally, it just like hurt us.
So it wasn't like it was
No.
like regular foam, not like
It was foam, but
Yeah.
it was one precisely.
Yeah.
or maybe
it
like
was cut. It was
a,
just,
like a surface
cut.
layer
Yeah,
or something.
It was
Yeah.
one surface layer of foam, and
Yeah.
she jumped and landed basically.
Oh yeah, and then the rest was nothing or something like
it
that.
was all
yeah.
just nothing. And like, it was just the way she jumped though, because if she
She
would
kicked her legs out.
she
and
kicked
She
her
landed
legs
on
out
her
and landed
tailbone.
straight on her tailbone. Exactly.
Okay,
That's-
so I didn't know
It was
that.
no, it was
Yeah,
very.
it was
very sad.
Well, she
Yeah.
was
See the
she was
video.
she was saying that like she did that, she broke her back, and then she was like, oh, maybe she was planning on coming back into adult movies, and then I think something happened, and she's like, nah, fuck this, and she's actually been like doing numbers as a streamer.
That's cool, man.
Maybe she was like thinking about doing. I don't know if she had an OnlyFans or if she was thinking about it, and then is like talking about doing a podcast. She's very well spoken. Seems pretty knowledgeable. I mean, I would say like, oh, she's maybe her arc has deviated from the adult actress thing, but then you don't even know who that is, or you do know it because of the accident, but you don't know her otherwise. But apparently, like, she got into streaming and like she gets swatted all the time. You know what swatted is? I'm like that. I heard. What's the other term?
I have no
Doxed.
idea. Wait.
Doxed.
Well, no,
hook people up
doxing
for-
and swatting are
They're similar, but
they're
different.
not similar at all. To dox yourself or somebody else is just to give up personal information on where they may be or live or something like that.
Like-
to swat somebody actually means for you to call the police, tell them at this address there is a bomb threat. That's swatting.
Or like any sort of like a hostage situation. Or something.
exactly.
So people
People do that to
Call
online
it on
streamers.
They call
They'll,
while
they'll
she
be online for hours, so they'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to swat them." So this has happened to like all the big streamers multiple times. So they'll be live on stream, and like literally, like SWAT will come to their
bust
spot,
in and fucking
put them
point
in
guns on 'em.
handcuffs, and they have
Yeah.
to go through the whole nine. Like, dude, somebody's swatting me, blase, blase, blase. We're on live stream.
Wow.
And it's been going on for over 5-6 years. Swatting's been the thing for a long time.
Dude, that's crazy. People behind the camera, man.
That's why you don't want to give up where you are, what you're doing too. Yeah,
well, even if you don't, like, people like will like, you know, look at all of your social posts and like
you can find anything.
You don't even need to do dark web. You can literally type a person's name.
All you need is their name.
Yeah,
you can look it up
and name like $20, basically.
Name and $20. Give you their social security. Last time they took a dump.
Yeah,
but yeah, I just thought her story's cool. Like, she's been through a lot of stuff. Well, you know, going through a lot of like after her accident, she's talking about insecurities, about getting in or out of the business, because she's saying like how fucked up the adult entertainment business is with your directors and like everybody. If you're in the industry, like everybody's really warm to you, but when you decide to get out, then they like you're exiled. You're kind of shunned,
excommunicated
a little bit.
So it's not like a regular job. I would assume it's just like a regular job, or you know.
Oh, why would you assume that, Trey?
Because everyone's trying to make me feel like it's a regular job, so I would assume.
No, I think people are just saying it's a valid form of work. Sex work is an actual job.
I'm not saying hooking is not a valid form of work.
No, but it's not like it's not saying it's like any.
I'm not
nothing
saying
is
drug dealing
more
is not
or
a
less.
valid form of work. You get money for it. Like, what are we saying?
Good money, actually.
Yeah, what are we saying? Like, there's multiple ways to make money. What I'm saying is, seems like a lot of people are taking the easier route per se, and deviating from what their maybe moral basis or compass would be to make money, and emphasizing more on monetary gain. That's
well, if you're bringing in morals, and
morals?
you were just like connecting business and morals, but you said there's no. You I think we have it on film. You said there's no morals in business.
There isn't any morals in business.
So then, what does a moral implication have to do with what you do to earn a living?
Well, that would be. You would be morally implicated by what kind of profession you go into. So say I want to be maybe a lawn care person. I could go into that and have maybe no moral implications. Or say I could go be a corn star and maybe have moral implications. I don't know. Pick your poison.
I mean, that's all by the people who are, and obviously you can't disconnect that people.
Shanti?
Did you just say a Chanticleer lyric?
Nope. I did.
All right.
No, but I'm just saying that. It's just
Shout
like,
out
come on, people.
Ron, shout out Ron.
There's
right
a lot
there.
of ways to make money, but let's just say when you go home to go visit your parents.
That was Phil.
It was Phil lyrics.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, there's multiple ways to make money, but when you go home and if you're a drug dealer, is your grandma that happy about it that her grandson's a drug dealer and rolling up in a Porsche, has a happy life, has money, but he's doing something nefarious? Is your grandma happy? Is your mom happy? Anybody in your family super happy that you do that?
Well,
then like if a business does that,
what's the difference?
And you work at the business.
This could be Shein. We can still get a RICO.
But I'm just saying, like you don't seem to look at businesses the same way. Like if you,
what's a business?
If you work for a clearly corrupt business and your family's like, what do you like? Does that mean that you don't have morals? Because you know, like knowingly, like, it's
like, do you work for a fossil fuel company? Like, do you?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying exactly what I said. If you go to your grandma's house on Thanksgiving, is she happy and telling her friends because you?
But I'm saying the same
sell
thing.
drugs,
but like,
and send her money.
Like,
is she happy?
Is she happy with like
you? I don't think she would be.
With like working for the oil business.
Well,
I would say yeah. You would just because socially people just like to pick and choose, like we've said before. So socially, yes, people like to pick and choose what's morally right and wrong. So I think that it would be a lot easier if you were just doing a regular 9-to-5 job or versus doing something of illegal or let's say immoral. I would say illegal or immoral ways to make money. Those
what about pharmaceuticals? Because we know that's pretty immoral.
Well, that's obviously just depends on who you're looking at it from.
Well, then you could do that with anything.
That's the same thing with everything.
Some people feel like pharmaceuticals help people. Some people abuse pharmaceuticals. So maybe it's...
pharmaceuticals is such a wide-ranging
it is, but
industry,
I'm saying for the doctors, it's really easy to be like, yeah, I know it's easy to get addicted to this.
Well, but like, I will say as like
it's not me on getting them addicted. It's on them should be able to have enough wherewithal and restraint to be like, I should take this as the doctor has administered it to me. Most people get addicted to stuff because they start going willy-nilly and doing their own thing.
Well, I'll say I don't even think that's the thing. I don't even think it's the thing. Like you'll say, like look at all the people, look at all the vets that are addicted to opiates because they just get generally like prescribed that. There's no other like really treatment. They just get prescribed a bunch of opiates, and they could stick to the program. They'll still get addicted. But I just wanted to say, like, as someone who's familiar with Asian parents, when I told them that I wanted to be an artist as a career, they're probably just as disappointed that I wanted to be that I didn't want to be a doctor or like, you know, they probably equate it with being a adult,
and what would be their level
star.
of? You would think that would they equate that as the same, Josh?
I think the disappointment is probably a similar measure.
I highly doubt that, but we're all entitled to our own opinions.
I mean, that just really depends on your perspective on how you look at morals.
No, I just say I would highly doubt that anyone's family would think.
Well, I did tell my mom. I did tell my mom that
the same as the adult sex work.
I did tell my mom I wanted to be. I was considering being a sperm donor, and she did. She was a little crestfallen, and then I was kept at it a little bit, and then she gave me some family history which I needed to submit to them. So, you know, I guess if you're doing well and you're healthy and you're happy, I guess it doesn't really matter after all, somewhat. And if they could see that you're happy, then you know that's great for them.
Of
but
course,
you can't
isn't that what any parent wants?
Yeah,
saying.
No. The whole thing is I think a lot of parents live vicariously through their kids because, you know, they did whatever they had to.
They also want their kids to like better
than they did.
Yeah, or they want to like fix their wrongs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying our parents are just like us. They have friends or vice, you know, whatever. When they're hanging out with their people, they want to be like, oh, my kid's doing this. They don't want to be like, oh, my kid's taking D, and then that's how they make bread.
Yeah, but like if your parents are using you as something
surrogate
that's strong, that strengthens their identity, that your parents need their friends to say okay
that's
to
not
you.
Necessarily true. That's
what you just said.
I'm saying if they're just saying the truth.
But if your parents are bothered by what you do.
But that's what I'm saying. So you're saying that whatever anyone does, there should be no botherance to anybody.
No, I'm just saying the question. What you're saying is
that's what he's saying.
What you're saying is that somebody else's outside perspective.
That's what life is.
Have more control, but you don't think that about yourself.
I don't think that. But
so then how are you bringing a thought?
So strong.
How can you be so strong about something that you don't even apply to yourself?
No, I do. I try to live a very morally straight life.
Yeah, but you don't care what people think about you.
I shouldn't care what people think about me.
But that's what you go around telling people you don't.
And I shouldn't care. I don't care. I will never care.
I think you do, though.
So then why would it matter?
Everyone cares.
So why would it matter to you if like your kid was like a drug dealer? He never did any damage. He just like...
Who's to say he didn't do any damage?
But I mean, that's the same...
If you're only dealing with...
That's the same thing with any job, though, dude. Every job creates damage. So, like, you're not thinking that deep into it, though.
Unless you're a damage repair job.
If your kid's, like, working as, like, a gun salesman...
You're right. Every job is outstanding and upstanding. Anyone can hold any job.
They're not.
Every job is looked at as morally on the same stature.
No one said that. No one said that at all. I just think it's interesting that you're like...
Well, what are we saying? Because I'm saying the adverse of that. So what are we saying?
You're just saying basically about, like, how, like... If somebody comes home and says they're a porn star, that their parents won't be stoked. That's basically what you're saying.
Basically.
Which is like, I think in general, that's a true statement. That's a true statement.
That's pretty basic. All I was saying is that like if your parents
and I first said
so
a drug
bothered,
dealer. And I first said a drug dealer.
But I was saying if your parents are so bothered by what people think of their kid, then that's like
what do you think?
I don't understand. Like, what do you mean by bothered? Like, anyone that raised something would obviously take pride in what they accomplished in their lifetime and hopefully accomplish something so they could see it.
I just think that most parents most parents can fall either way. They can be like, oh yeah, my kid does this, but also this.
Okay.
And they're like, and it's like they're happy and it's enough, or it's not enough. Like our parents could all look at us and be like,
it's not enough. You're right.
These fucking kids are making a podcast. You think
you're right? It's not enough. What I'm saying, it's still on the morally. Like, at least they're not selling the ass.
Do you think your parents would be more disappointed if you were in adult films or if you were selling drugs?
Come on, bro. Like,
I don't know.
Selling drugs. He asked you between.
You didn't even let me finish. So
porn, ultimately worse. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you're out there putting yourself out for other people to see. Selling drugs, at least maybe you may not be on like.
I'm selling like I'm okay. So you're selling heroin,
but you're not putting yourself out there for everybody to see you.
I feel like that probably does more good than. I mean, yeah,
To who?
from their perspective, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But I would say
You
like,
could be the biggest drug dealer. No one's ever seen you.
yeah. Well, then that's just all
You
like
can't
a
be the biggest
visibility.
porn star without anyone have ever seen you.
But then, like,
No, but I guess I would say
then
from
the
my
drug
point of
dealer
view,
thing isn't that bad.
yeah, it's not. It's
Ultimately,
not that bad.
I'm just. I said they wouldn't be stoked at either.
Well, I guess like
that's exactly what I said.
Because you would hide the fact that you're a drug dealer,
You
so
would-
if your parents found out you were a drug dealer, it's probably because you got arrested. So maybe they might be more disappointed. I guess. 'Cause
I'm
then
saying
it'd be like,
either way, they wouldn't be that stoked if that's what you just decided to do. They'd be like, of all the things you could do in life, and I mean of all the things you could do in life.
twist.
do we call mushrooms drugs?
No, twist.
Honestly, if my
you
parents
worked in the
found out that
pharmaceutical business.
I was doing great and I was selling people mushrooms, I honestly they'd be like, not my choice.
Mushrooms, alcohol, and marijuana are almost legal.
light work.
And when I say of like,
But that's what. So then, like the drugs you're talking about are ones that would hurt people.
Twist.
some would say,
twist
or hurt the government.
You're a drug dealer, but you actually work in the pharmaceutical industry and you are a drug dealer.
You're
Pretty much the same thing. You know what I mean?
You're a regular drug dealer.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's
You're a legal drug dealer.
I think that they would be like, oh, okay,
They would push. They would love
They would
that the
love
fact
that
you worked in
because
his pharmaceutical
you found
company.
a way
My
to
parents
do
would
this.
be like, we disown you.
You're
If I
like-
came home as a
Well, they'd be like, you found a way to do whatever you love to do, but in a way that
I love to sell drugs.
Hide you.
I love to sell.
I would love to come home and my parents be like, oh yeah, I work for
just-
Pfizer.
yeah.
I just peddled that.
Oh, the
Pfizer.
Sacklers. I heard they're a very outstanding family. Like they're very good group.
My parents
of
would be like, oh, you're doing that from a moral standpoint.
But who works for morals? I don't work for
But
morals.
you can't go back on your shit then.
Why not?
Because then it takes away from the.
I'm just saying. No,
you out here
you're
like
absolutely no.
the
you're,
last 15
no,
minutes.
you're absolutely right.
are
No,
the-
you're absolutely right. Because that is, and I always do think that's the thinnest of lines. Because it's like, okay, obviously everyone's just
you ice skate, and that's how thin it is.
kind of running out here just for monetary gain.
Yeah.
But it's like we're at a point now where everyone's pushing the limits. So it's like,
What was the Paul brother that did the thing with the gentleman who unlifed himself in the
I think
that was the older
was
brother.
Logan.
Logan?
yeah, he's the older. Yeah.
So you think when that happened, his parents were like,
They
they
didn't
were
care.
not stoked.
yeah, right?
Really?
They were not.
And you think that'd be
stoked.
embarrassing too? Like our son now
It
is
isn't.
known for
It was embarrassing for him. That kind of hurt him for a long time.
Well, but you
I
can.
mean, it doesn't
now
hurt him
we're
anymore,
yeah,
though.
but I mean, people have amnesia.
But can you imagine though, like when he told his
With the
parents in the first
porn
time?
stars. That's what I think
I
about.
don't know if we have that kind of amnesia. Though.
I think with the way that content is created these
now
days,
it may
it does.
it might because I mean
'Cause
Chris
there-
Brown, he's about the only guy that I mean, dude, they've tried to take him down.
I
But he's
remember
known
all
like
the
that forever.
discourse.
even though like
No, I think he's just too.
He's still cooking. He's still
just too
cooking.
talented.
He's undoubtedly talented.
He's
he can sing.
undoubtedly
But I
talented.
think
dance like a
but I
motherfucker.
think he was his character, his image, like has been pushed over the edge enough where the common with the household person who doesn't know anything about him, it's like, oh, that Chris Brown's a bat. He's always getting into trouble. Like,
And
it's
that's
some
kind
shit
of what
like
I'm
that.
saying. Once you get so known, maybe is what I'm saying.
But that's
if
why
you get, if
porn
you get,
stars aren't so known on that.
but now
level.
they are.
to a certain thing.
To who?
I will say that Chris
I
Brown.
think since Jenna Jameson, there's been poppers.
I mean, but you don't know their names.
The poppers you do.
I guess there's a lot that aren't done.
Well, yeah,
There's
that's
a lot
just
that
yeah.
aren't
I mean, it's just like
podcasts.
it's just like
Exactly.
it's just like
That's like any
celebrities,
profession.
like several celebrities.
Like I know No Jumper's big for you, but I bet you the majority of people have
He's
no.
not. He's. Oh,
No.
you mean?
Oh,
Like
they're
in general?
huge, but like it's
But
still
they're not
very.
huge, but no
it's
one-
a targeted audience.
No one really
It's,
knows.
if you listen to hip hop, you've heard of at least that.
Or if you have a Snapchat or something, I
Yeah,
found them on Snapchat.
if you
a long
listen
time
to
ago.
hip hop
But I'm
other
saying-
than just the radio, then you've heard of that platform. It would be just like.
But
say,
I think even if you hear from the platform, you might not realize that his wife is like that might not be connected.
no facts, but that's why I think he's leeching right now because No Jumper's been tanking.
But well, my point is like that. Like if she were to like stop, I don't think it would really impact her badly.
Her no, yeah, because she's not a big actress.
Yeah.
Like you had asked me, she's not like.
And I think there's a lot of
She's-
girls out there with OnlyFans or
They're
things
way
like that,
big- yeah.
that aren't that won't be affected.
Oh yeah, because they're not
There's
big
just
enough.
so many.
Yeah,
they're
they're
not
still
big
DL.
enough.
So,
But
so
the thing
many.
is, for her, she's big enough only because she's Adam's wife.
Yeah.
That's the only relevance that she has in the whole thing.
Yeah. Although I will say the internet's crazy now, and like dating in the future might be as simple as like, show me everything on this person, and like everything's known. So I don't know. Who knows?
Well, we've been on this one for a little bit.
Yeah, tell me about orcas.
Well, fine. I wanted to keep this to entertainment for a second, but
I love whales.
Also, what's up with orcas? Like, because you remember for a little bit they were rebelling and attacking boats and like capsizing shit, and like what happened?
I heard about that.
Do you think Big SeaWorld is trying to cover shit up?
Is this for real?
They were like attacking boats. I heard about that.
Because like they're orchestrated. I didn't even fucking mean that. But like they were very like planned attacks, very orchestrated attacks by orcas to like attack boats and shit, and like one could say they're terrorists of the high seas.
Wait, can you be a terrorist of your own land on people that are
Sean,
not from your land?
As an American, but that's an American of this melanin.
You can say Lebanese American.
Say that from out here. Yes.
Yeah,
they like to call terrorists.
You
people
like to
that
call
are
everything
indigenous.
a terrorist.
Yeah.
So yes,
people love that.
So yes, I believe
over here. Yes,
I believe they
let
think
it
anything in the
let it fly like the flag.
In the States, we use the word terrorist crazy, like.
Well, but that they're using that to like. Have you heard of Cop City in Atlanta?
No.
It's this crazy police training facility with a whole like simulated urban landscape.
Douchebags.
They're trying to
black people and stuff.
They're trying to make like a military like simulation training
instead
ground.
Of like the aiming targets, they have like a legit black fool like in a beanie on it instead of like just a nothing.
Well, it's like a whole it's like a mock city that they're building.
That's how they try to make. Oh, we're trying to be realistic. It's still a pixelated dude in a beanie, but it's a black dude. Why couldn't you just have it fucking Tom the Great Man from MySpace?
They're having they're
that's fucking crazy.
Any like people who are like protesting, like they're not violent, not even like any sort of like thing, but they're protesting the building of Cop City. They are slapping them with terrorism charges. Like
the cops?
Well, they okay, so not even the protesters, but okay, so during BLM, like a lot of people were getting bail funds, establishing bail funds.
I know this, but Atlanta's different. Georgia's different.
As in what?
Because it's crazy. Because it's
a lot different than California is how they run things.
No, but it's like it's very blue and very red at the same time.
Power, it is.
Which is like okay, so they
allow you to tote. There's a heavy black populace over there, but they're heavy police enforced as well too.
Well, that's why it's like when they were having a hearing at like City Hall about Cop City and like. Let the citizens like voice their disagreements and whatever. They went along for like fucking 17 hours. Out of like maybe 200 something, they had like 3 people that supported Cop City. The rest didn't want it. They still passed it.
I mean, yeah, and the thing is that's sad is they have a lot of black people on like higher, city council,
like
mayor,
Keisha Lance Bottoms. Very like
mayor,
if you look at her credentials and like her stance, like. Support 100%. I know you don't like him. Killer Mike was like a big proponent of her, but she fucking signed off wholeheartedly on Cop City.
She was the one who went after Young Thug.
Yeah.
She was the DA before she became.
Yeah. But anybody who support, like when they were establishing bail funds for people who are getting snatched up and getting cases for Cop City.
Just like all of them. They hurt their own to. I don't even want to get into it.
You know how it is participation in a system that is ultimately rigged against you.
I don't even want to get into it because they ultimately just hurt the people that look like them the most.
Okay, so I guess it's a black and white issue, and we brought here from orcas, which are black and white. So congratulations.
Someone
to
should
us.
have been wearing the pandas.
But I was thinking about it, but I thought, I mean, like I should have known you weren't gonna wear them, and Sean wasn't gonna wear them because he wore them last week. But
true.
All right, it's probably the biggest news event of this week. Some are calling it. No, I'm talking about Barbenheimer.
Well, I don't know what that is. You're gonna have to clue me in.
Barbie and Oppenheimer are coming out on the same day, and a lot of people are talking about a double header. Like, what do we see first? Do we see Barbie or Oppenheimer?
See, this is where the white people talk.
It's not just white people. I'll be honest with you.
Wait, I know it's a thing, but is it that?
It's really a thing.
Like, what is it?
You guys need to get on TikTok. It's like you should make a profile or something.
But like, is it a thing as in like, like people really are gonna go see both of them the same day.
It is a thing.
Is that important?
It is a thing.
It's a movie.
Oppenheimer.
It's a new Christopher Nolan movie.
New Christopher Nolan movie. It's about it's a biopic of Robert Oppenheimer, who was a key figure in creating the atomic bomb, and he didn't want his research to be used for destructive purposes. Obviously, it was used in destructive purpose. And then Barbie, which I'm actually more stoked for. I wasn't even going to see Oppenheimer, but there's all this hype around it, and I do want to see it now. I'm actually more stoked for Barbie, to be honest with you.
Why?
Because it's not just like this a candy coated movie. First of all, the cast is spectacular.
Yeah.
Not just like Margot Robbie and like Ryan Gosling, but Issa Rae for sure. Kate McKinnon. I didn't know. You guys probably don't know Alexandra Shipp. Do you know? Did you see the X-Men: Age of Apocalypse?
Yeah.
She was Storm.
Yeah, I don't remember.
She's dope. But it's a great cast, and I think it's one of those movies where there's a lot of shit sprinkled in. Where
I heard John Cena
for adults. I wouldn't put it past them.
I saw the preview and I get the story, and it's about finding yourself, about who you are.
Oppenheimer?
No, this is Barbie. Like the whole thing about being Barbie, it's like all of the perfectness one day stops being perfect.
I think she gets transported to the real world or something.
And then she has to go to the real world to find out who she really is. So it's cool. It's like a Muppet. You ever watch the Muppets back in the day? And
I love the Muppets.
Yeah, all the Muppets go to Manhattan. It was always like one of them finding their... I think that was like Fozzie had to find himself or Gonzo or something. It's like
Gonzo for sure. Well, I think that's 2 different episodes. I think.
Are we past these like hokey dokey movies? Like,
I don't think it's hokey dokey.
No, because it's
Can we just get some real?
What's real for you, Trey?
Yeah, tell me what's real for you.
What's a real movie for you?
The Expendables.
Well, I mean, just to be honest, like if you want some Barbie history, my great grandmother sewed the actual first Barbie doll outfit for the first Barbie doll.
So then you're not stoked that it's come this far?
Bro, it's a doll.
You can say that about anything. It's a movie. It's a sports achievement. Oh, you're elected something. Do you want to reduce it? Like
achievements change every year, buddy. Unless somebody beats it, it's
like
a record.
So it's not important because it gets beaten every year.
A
it gets
doll?
Changed? This is the first ever movie, and look at the cast. It's inclusive.
A doll.
A doll. So
A doll.
They make 3 G.I. Joe movies. You're not complaining about it.
You really stuck on this.
Why are you so reductionist on it? Because it's a doll.
Who
you don't think
plays with dolls in the last 20 years?
The fucking entire child population.
And also,
how many girls were raised on Barbies? How many boys are starting to like probably play with Barbies?
Older than us, but I'm saying kids younger than us. Who plays with dolls?
I think
a lot of them.
kids,
do they?
Dude. Yeah, dude.
I didn't know we were hanging out with kids all of a sudden.
Well, they're still making them. Do you think it's all adults
I don't
buying
know if
them?
they're really still making them.
Yeah, bro.
They're making a movie. Why the fuck would they like be making a movie about a doll that they don't produce anymore?
We're in the middle of a freaking writer's strike, and then nobody got a new story to write.
Bro, movies don't don't work that way. This movie's been done for a while.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, come on, dude.
You got thin ice. You're not really giving me anything like it's a doll. Okay,
it's a doll. It's just like, why would I want to go watch a Sonic the Hedgehog movie? Why would I want to go watch a new Ghostbusters movie?
Why would I want to watch any movie then? Why would I want to watch Oppenheimer?
It has an entertaining storyline and just be like, oh, we're all like.
What if it's a fucking entertaining movie?
How are you, Barbie? How can you identify as Barbie?
I don't need to identify something.
That's the point of watching the movie, Josh, because you can find some identifying purpose in the main character in yourself. So how do you identify with Barbie?
So I can't. I watch Space.
Yourself, I think everyone can basically identify with that, bro. I know.
You're so
I know
cold,
you.
Bro. You're feeling some way.
I know you have taken years to move from the high school guy you once were to now.
I get it, but what I'm saying is like,
and
well, then what's the last
people
movie you
need that
watched?
same story. That's basically the story. Yo, that story is
I get it.
That's a lifelong
The
story.
Bible is the greatest selling story of all time.
No, but like that's a basic ass story of like,
and that's a fact.
I couldn't make it, and now I don't know
journey.
who I was. Yeah, it's just a hero's journey.
What's the last good movie you watched then? Tell me, what was the last good entertainment movie you watched?
What was that? NICS, whatever he watched.
Yeah, I don't watch movies. They're a waste of time nowadays.
Well, then you really got
the last movie you watched was
the
last movie you watched was the corn one with No Jumper's wife. That was the last movie
you're right. I did review it with academics.
That's
it was
so
mid,
creepy.
bro.
you got together.
So creepy.
It's so mid.
You're talking about weird stuff. You get together with a bunch of guys to watch
so mid.
It's a bunch
of women have
I
sex.
wasn't like around them.
No, that's
It was
even
an
worse.
internet-
It's a
It's
community. It's a
even worse.
It was
community.
an internet watch party, buddy.
It's just you around the whole lot of like freaking
People who are alone.
Who knows it?
Nah, I'm just
With
saying.
half the
video was
people not
mid.
wearing any pants.
For all the hype, it was mid. I don't know. Adam's a dude. He's dudes, whatever.
I think it's kind of funny because you were out here thinking like some Steven Spielberg type level. Where's the?
just thought it
the
would be a
special
little
effects?
better. Like,
I'm probably not.
like there was no storyline. Isn't that big for those kind of movies? At least something like, oh, my sink broke, my car stopped working.
I mean, is that really what?
That's what you watch
that's
it for?
Really, what you tuned?
I
in
highly
for?
doubt it.
it was being commentated, so I'm going through the video. So I'm saying it didn't have a storyline.
You know how sociopaths are, man. I don't know.
I'm just saying it was
I
very,
don't know.
it was very uncohesive, and it was mid at most.
An adult
So you're not gonna
scene
get
is
it.
not cohesive. So did they like take 30 minutes and not fuck afterwards? Like, how is it not cohesive?
Well, the cutscenes, the weird awkwardness.
They actually had cutscenes. I would say if they actually had cutscenes, that's interesting.
Yeah, Josh, they had about 5 cutscenes.
So you wouldn't give it-
it was awkward while they were filming.
You didn't give it an award. You're not gonna get an AVN
the only award
award.
she got was getting
Fat
someone
bag.
else's while she's. Yep, that's the only award she got.
Oh, or that.
It's a really weird award.
Well,
Put that up
she's
in
the
your room.
MVP of it. She's owning it at the moment. Oh, and Adam bought her a new Lambo truck too because he's so happy that his.
Well, because that video probably bought them
So-
both like 3 Lambo trucks.
If I read this space correctly,
I'm just reading what they're putting out.
if I read this space correctly, you were imagining yourself in his position, and none of that flash.
I wouldn't even imagine myself in that position. It's just like,
I mean, that might just work for him.
for sure.
I mean, people are just content creators now.
Is that content?
yeah, it's content.
That's
You guys
content.
fucking all watched it. You got together with a bunch of people and you watched it. So how
who
is
are-
that not?
Wait. Just make sure when you say you guys, I'm not. Who's you guys?
I'm talking about
You
all
don't
these
say
no,
you guys,
no
that's what I'm
jumper
saying.
fans.
All right, they.
Just
all you
throwing-
new- all you
just
know jumper
throwing
fans.
you guys.
But I mean,
So
I thought you were used to generalizing.
So that's
everyone-
the content we
I think-
want.
Yeah,
No,
that's-
no,
you're
no,
creating
no.
content.
That's the content we want.
you tuned in.
No,
So
I
you-
tuned in to laugh.
You
'Cause I
want,
knew
but
exactly
you,
what
you
was
wanted
coming.
it.
But the
You
content
wanted it,
worked.
so that's your
the content
content.
worked. The
It-
content
it-
worked.
The content
It achieved-
didn't work for me because their goal of that content was for every patron to watch it to pay for it. I, for one, sure as hell didn't pay for that mid-ass shit. And for 2, for sure didn't do what she wanted me to do to watching her.
I mean, but those
Well, it
are,
would be a lot.
but those are two
it'd be-
assumptions on your side that you think that's
No,
what they wanted. and
that's
you
what
wanted.
they said they wanted the people to do it.
Oh well, then never
She
mind.
specifically said, I want every one of your viewers to do this while they watch my video, which I did not do because it was mid. And and 2, I forgot my point because it was so mid. It was bad, bro. Like if that's where we are, like I said, I've unsubscribed to Adam's stuff. I don't follow No Jumper no more. I'm pretty much like off the wave
just Island Boys.
You do follow pretty close though for not subscribing.
because it's on my IG. I don't watch any other YouTube content anymore. Like I get daily news from them because at this point I look at them as like a Fox News to where they're giving me the daily hip hop news because basically
okay.
all their news that they put out is only hip hop based with a little bit of pop culture like Titan Sub stuff that
We should just do the same thing and take him over because it's super easy.
they're dying, dude, and that
Basic.
he's transferring over. Everyone can tell, so he's going into the.
So you're gonna go see Barbie first and then Oppenheimer? Is that?
I don't
what
know.
you're
That's
going to?
I'm
It's like
probably
6 hours a movie. and
no.
break.
I'm not gonna be a double header. I definitely won't.
Can't.
I can't do that.
You guys both watch movies more than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I will probably watch Barbie first. I don't know. I heard that like Oppenheimer's just heavy. There's no moments of joy. It's just like it's an
Yeah.
emotional
And 3 hours
kind of
long.
thing. Is it 3 hours? That's a
Yeah.
lot. And
But I
it's
like
just,
Cillian Murphy. He's a great actor.
yeah.
You ever watch Peaky Blinders?
I watched first couple seasons. I thought for the longest
He's the
time his
guy
name
with
was Cillian Murphy, and I liked it. I like Cillian better than.
Do you ever
Cillian.
watch Peaky Blinders?
Yeah, I did. I
you
see
get-
the first like maybe 1 or 2 seasons.
Bro, you gotta get to the 4th season.
I didn't get that
Best.
far.
I didn't either.
4th seasons is outstanding.
It's too much
Now,
of
see
a.
stuff like that I can mess with.
It's good, man.
That's kinda
That
cool.
they only had one season to me, but it's good.
It was too much of a leap because they were like this like fucking gang that was just this neighborhood
just
gang
put-
at first.
Take those walls down, Josh. Don't make those walls. You can.
They're like it was like
You
the
can jump
English Lawless, right?
Yeah, but they didn't show any progression. It's like they're this one neighborhood gang, and then they're the fucking have all their hands in the pockets of like government and stuff.
Oh no,
it wasn't like
there's progression.
Well, I know that it's not that there wasn't, but it's like from the second season, it was like
because when is it set in?
Like
early 1900s, London,
or it's after
UK.
World War One.
So like 1920s, something like that.
I think it's like 34.
So yeah, like, but there was like, I would have loved to see that in between period of like where they're rising to power. Not that like they're this like neighborhood gang and then they're fucking huge. I wanted to see the journey where I thought that could have been a couple seasons right there, whereas they're already like big by the second or third season.
You should watch.
It still going?
No, they stopped at six seasons. I think 2 years ago.
This is the last. This last.
It was
one
really good though.
Yeah, but that's not to say it's not good.
Ever.
They're all great actors in
Well,
there.
I would
Is
say
that guy in a new movie with Robert Downey Jr.?
that's Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
But you might like Oppenheimer because like Cillian Murphy,
I don't
RDJ.
got time for that, dude. Like those movies are dope, but it's just I can't
ain't got
allot
time.
3
Did you watch
hours.
and did you watch Interstellar?
I love sci-fi. Catch me on that, dude.
Did you watch Interstellar?
Yeah, I've seen it multiple times.
That's like a.
I've seen Inception multiple times.
Well, I mean, that's whatever. Interstellar is like 3 hours. maybe
I
plus.
haven't seen Interstellar.
What?
You haven't seen Interstellar?
No.
Dude, you might not ever be able to see it now because of SAG strike.
Murphy's Law.
Cillian Murphy's Law.
Oh. And no, I know that the SAG.
No, but I know like that's one. It's like one of those movies. You know, it's so good. It's
That's
like
the one with Matthew McConaughey, right?
yeah. Universal
Murphy.
appeal, and then it's like
the dust.
he hasn't seen it, bro.
You don't know about dust, then.
well, then I'm gonna be looking for dust if I do watch it.
There is no dust.
There's no dust.
This fool's making
Exactly.
shit up.
I'm gonna be like looking for dust, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I fucking hated that movie. There was no dust. You said there would be
Trey,
dust.
you fucking incepted me.
Oh, you tied it to the other movie. That's brilliant.
Yeah. But can you tell me about the SAG strike, Josh? Because
They still going.
SAG strike. Okay, well, I feel like this is
Just give them the headline that the people told them, which I said what they would say.
What was the one you say?
yo, but
I said
they
what
know
exactly,
who said that.
That's why they said it. They got the backing.
They know they okay. So what you're talking about
It's
is
what
that one high end person said
Yeah.
we're gonna wait until they lose their houses.
Oh, okay.
he said other stuff too, but yes, he said that.
The studio head.
Studio head, yeah. He said we're
Pretty
until
much
they lose their-
starving them.
Yeah.
Starving the actors.
He said basically what I said. We got more money than y'all.
Yeah,
We got more time than y'all.
But the guy who said that, his name got leaked to basically all of them.
He got burnt.
Yeah, so he
He got burnt.
I posted something about that on my stories.
Bye-bye.
Stories about
He got
that.
burnt. But that's
Bye-bye.
the sentiment, like I said.
No,
of
yeah,
those
yeah.
people.
thing
That's
is-
what they think. That's no question.
If
But it's
that-
just like, oh, we got that on record now.
and also if that dude has kids,
What?
if that guy who said that has kids, has a family, has a wife, like that's him being fucked up because it's like, dude, it's
Well,
not
he
just
shouldn't have
about
been loose lips.
You shouldn't, but no,
Exactly.
I'm saying
Like,
you
you
can't,
should know-
you can't
you know
say
that's
that
what they
stuff
think,
because
but-
it's not just you being affected, bro. Like if you
Of course he should know his family, but I mean, he was probably trying to be like what's his
He's
name?
trying to be tough.
He's trying to be the Snowden.
The Vin Diesel.
I'm gonna just tell the people what they need to hear.
no, I'm talking about the dude, not the one who leaked it.
Oh, not the one who leaked.
no,
it.
I'm talking about the dude
The guy
who
who
said,
said
it.
it.
The guy who said it, his name.
Yeah, no, he's
is
screwed.
out.
He's burned.
But that's what I'm saying. He's got a family, so it's like, bro,
But yeah,
you can't
nobody
say-
cares because that's just how we roll.
But I'm like, you can't like. That's where I like.
He thought he could because he didn't know where
Exactly.
he was
Thought.
at.
He
You
thought he was
thought-
too tough.
Well, he didn't know where he was at probably, so
He was also Timmy Too Tough.
well, they all are, but he didn't know his surroundings. He thought he was safe.
I just think you can't really say shit like that. Like that's where you like.
well, we
when-
know they're saying
You
these
know
things.
we
that
were
they're
talking
thinking it. You know
earlier,
that they're saying
they're
behind closed
saying
doors,
it.
but
Yes.
like, yeah.
But
You're
when-
saying that to
if you're saying that to a board, you
He
dumb.
probably had enough of it. He was probably real fed up.
they're probably grilling him though, so he's probably like, "This
Yeah.
is our strategy."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was probably just super fed up. He's like, all right, you know what?
We're gonna make him starve. That's what I'm gonna go with that
Well,
one.
Tell you what
so-
you wanna
Plan
hear.
C.
You're
So
all gonna
the-
starve and be out of money.
A lot of the basic kickback is like a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, okay, so Angelina Jolie, that's the millionaires just want to get richer." It's like, no, it's like it's not those the A-list, even maybe even B-list people that are like it's the people that surround them, the background actors, the even people who are like having like pretty prominent roles on TV and film, like they don't get paid shit. Like a lot of these actors have to take on like 3 roles at once. I heard something about they wanted background actors to have their likenesses scanned in and have their image used in perpetuity forever in whatever
Kind of how it goes, though, when you don't know what's going on. I think Star Wars has
for a day's
James
pay
Earl Jones
for a
voice
day's
forever,
pay.
right?
No,
For lifetime.
No,
I think he signed it over.
no, but he signed it over.
He doesn't
That's
just
what I'm
have
saying.
it.
But
no, but they're
like,
saying
like he eventually signed it over because he's had probably contract renewals from the first series, second series, and then to now. Like because I think Mark Hamill did that too.
with his
Probably.
face. I don't know if he did.
Signed
it,
over,
though.
but signed over his likeness and everything.
Yeah.
But what,
I think Stan
what
Lee-
should you be allotted as an actor when they have to put up everything?
I mean, that's kind of a rough statement because the only thing that they can't put up anything without you.
No, but you can't put out anything without them.
But that's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
can't.
It's
in that scenario.
It's a mutually
you need both.
But
yeah.
that-
It's a
but-
partnership.
As soon as one person
partnership,
says that
right?
they're more important than the other, that's when
where there's a
shit-
problem.
That's when there's
That's
a problem.
where it's at.
And that's where it is right now.
But that's so.
You can't have like that.
So what happens?
Well, like they're asking for a lot of these actors that are like, because most actors, especially in Los Angeles, you're not an actor. You're an actor / whatever.
It's the whole-
like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
a server. You got side hustles. You're not just an actor for the most part.
Sell
But they
drugs.
also they want better base pay, and then they also want like regulations on AI and future projects.
So should we strike for everyone to make more money in America?
I mean,
yeah.
I do
Why
think
not?
so. Though I would say
If you have a big enough
I'm
workforce,
just saying because
big enough
honestly,
workforce.
because it's like I think that's why people don't care because it doesn't necessarily affect them in a sense. It's like you guys want more
what's
money,
funny
I want
is,
more
like,
money, you
everyone-
want more money, they want more money.
yeah, but like the thing is, like, I mean, I don't know if you were or weren't saying this. I'm not gonna put words into your mouth, but like in the past few years, there's been strikes with farmers, there's been strikes with truckers, there's been strikes with train people, like there's been strike with Amazon, there's been
But okay, and what are we saying? Is it because they're not actually getting compensated enough, or is it because they're being too greedy?
I would say that they're not getting compensated enough.
I would imagine for the most part, just based on the averages, they're not being compensated enough.
And why would you assume that?
Because by average, the owner of a company makes an exorbitant amount.
So should the owner
higher
be
percent.
obligated to pay these people X amount of dollars, or should
No, it's not obligated.
I would say
There is no obligation.
Yeah, no obligations.
That's why they strike. That's the reason. If there was an obligation, then there'd be no reason to strike. If you were mandatory, had to do that, there'd be no reason to strike. But there isn't mandatory, so they're saying, "Well, fuck you, we won't work."
It's just saying, like in 1980, like Bob Iger, the head of Disney, he made 30 times what the lowest paid employee made, and now he's making 400 times what the lowest paid
that what
employee
the
makes.
dream is of opening a business?
Not that I don't. I mean,
I don't know.
I think
How much
yeah,
does Bezos make? How much? Is like these
yeah,
guys
but
make?
the dream isn't to be like Bezos. You just want to be comfortable. I
I'm
think
sure
the average
his
person
dream
wants to be
wasn't to be as
comfortable.
rich as he was when he started Amazon.
I don't know. I think some people are like they dream really big, but I don't think that's common to be like, oh, I want to be the next Jeff Bezos. I want to be the next
I'm
Bob
not
Iger.
saying that. I'm just
No, but I'm saying like the average dream, I think it's to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And like you don't have to make a lot of money, an exorbitant amount to be comfortable. Yeah, in LA, you have to make a lot
I
to
would
be
change-
comfortable.
I don't even know if it's comfortable. I think it's successful. I mean, comfortable, yeah,
But,
but I think
like-
people like if I create a business, I want to be successful.
I think it's somewhat
right?
mutually
What is-
exclusive.
You would
'cause it's
want to be
subjective.
successful, right? Especially if
Yeah,
the
but
business is
yeah,
successful.
correct. Yeah, it's subjective. That's what.
But it's like, but if you're successful, you're comfortable. If you're comfortable, you're probably successful. Like you
But
view that.
as-
I know some people
but
that are
if you're the-
successful and
if
they
you're
are
the-
comfortable.
Well, yeah, that's
But if you're the
Yeah.
owner of the company, don't you get to dictate what is
I think we're
fair
talking
compensation
like
for the
no
work?
one's saying no to
yeah,
you on
you
that.
get to dictate what
Yeah.
you think is fair
Yeah,
compensation.
no one's saying no on that. It's just
But
like
you're-
where are
you
your morals?
took the job.
You're a millionaire. Yeah,
No,
and
you took the job. You
yeah,
knew
and,
the pay.
and you're
no. You knew the pay.
Yeah, but let's
took the job.
But if I worked there for 3
And-
years and I've seen that your money's gone up and mine hasn't gone up in the same way, and the only way that you got that money was through me and people like my job, then
So my job as an owner is to pay everybody based on how much money I profit.
it just
No,
for you to
not
be
at all.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
It's because
No.
that is so disconnected that they don't even they have no idea what the average person goes through, what they get paid
So,
compared to their thing.
We're
and I'm
saying
only
more-
playing
we're saying
devil's
more
advocate.
wise up.
Oh, yes,
I'm
I
only
know,
playing
sir. I
devil's
know.
advocate, but I'm saying why is it that employees feel like they have the right to be in the owner's pockets?
I don't think it's
don't think
right to
that's
be
the
in the
thing.
owner's pockets. I think they're saying that like
Well, they're counting pockets.
I honestly
right?
think what it really is saying like owners make so much money and they aren't as like and you're trying to say like that person is more invested into the business to a degree where they actually equate to that much. And I think workers are like, no.
But that's the
No.
okay. So,
but the only person that can decide that is the owner.
Or is this a
So that's why you
CEO?
strike.
A CEO manager position?
up.
Your whole
ultimately,
responsibility.
anything that's going to happen is because the owner says okay.
But sometimes you got to
Right
hold the
or
flames
wrong?
up. But sometimes you got to hold the flame up to the owner's feet.
Yeah.
But the
Like,
only
that's
thing
what
that's
they're
going to
doing.
be approved is by the owner, right?
Not the owner, the board.
Yeah, board.
If it's a private company, it could be just the owner. But if it's public, it would be the board.
Usually, even if it's a private company, it's
Usually they have
still
a board too.
Well, of course, they have a board. But it's going to be probably the owner's decision.
But like the board
They would
can
take the
overrule.
board into
They're gonna. That will
consideration.
be like usually I think
where
depending on the
depending
power
on the money.
balance. Yeah.
It really depends.
It is
If,
depending
if
on
the
the power,
boards put more money in than the owner, then the board's gonna have a stronger.
But then that wouldn't be the boards in it because they wouldn't have a personal owner. If they had a board that put in more money, it'd be-
Well, a lot
Well,
of times like
investors.
there's figureheads and stuff,
investors.
and it's
your
like
investors usually become your board
Yeah.
sometimes. That's what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then like
But- I don't
Yeah, I
think
just don't
Josh
know
and
if
I are
it's-
saying no to your side.
No,
though.
I just
We're
don't think it's right for employees to be in owners' pockets. Maybe owners should pay employees more, but
what do you
maybe
mean-
employees should be more cognizant before they sign contracts.
But then it's like they're not. But these are like contract renegotiations.
Yeah.
It's not like we know what we signed. We know what we signed, and we think the next contract should be different.
Got it.
I think that's all it is.
We're just at renegotiation.
Yeah, renegotiations
That's
for
what basically many
SAG, and it's like I think also too not just WJ and the SAG. It's also I think it's local to hospitality workers in Southern California are striking, and
Well, I mean, renegotiation sounds a lot better than striking, which I know they're striking and they're not getting paid.
No,
but
it's-
if they're really just renegotiating,
no,
why don't we just
it's because
be like, we're
renegotiations. It's because renegotiations have
Instead
failed.
of being
Have they
like-
fallen through? That's
Yeah,
why the
that's
strike
why.
comes.
Oh, so they're not renegotiating. They
Well,
are
no,
striking.
They were. That's why the strike comes.
and then the strike happens, and then then usually one side is like, okay, well, back to negotiation.
and now we're here.
Well, it's normally like the people with no money just have to agree to take what the owner wants to give, which may be a little more. Normally, it's a little more.
I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know figures. I don't know figures.
I don't know
but
You know figures, like you know that the regular. You think the regular statistic? I don't. I can't.
What happens in a strike? Either you get fired or you get what you want.
Well, because it's not just like
Or
one
no.
thing. It's
Is
not
there
just like
something
it's not just like figures. It's like
Usually
it's
somebody
conditions.
yeah.
It's conditions,
But
multiple
that's what I'm saying.
conditions.
It's either you are no longer employed there, or what you want, or you're getting something what you want.
well,
You're getting some of what you
Something
want.
what-
Maybe.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm saying. Like,
it
so,
ends up compromising.
Compromise.
Right?
Yeah.
What I want to say
Okay,
is like
okay.
so which was like to me. So you've heard that UPS workers are striking,
Yeah.
I didn't hear that you said that.
but they are, and that's like 200,000. That is like people are thinking like, oh, the government might, or they studio heads in Hollywood might ask the government to step in to stop the strike. But this is like has to do with infrastructure. Like, I really curious to see how long the UPS strike is because that's like, I thought the drivers of UPS were
UPS
very
is
well.
striking?
That's what.
That's why I'm like, I thought UPS
Bruh.
drivers were very well compensated
But how come we get UPS every day?
because I don't know if they have strike yet, but they're like the union is talking about it.
Got it.
But then there's also like they might get USPS to pick it up or DHL or all those other third party things to like.
We get DHL,
No, like
we
they
get
might.
FedEx,
I'm saying
we
like
get OnTrack.
they might get them to
Don't
pick up
you-
the slack.
Aren't you in a union?
Yep. Of
Doesn't that union come to your advantage?
course, that's what the union does. That's why people unionize. But I'm not saying they're not getting over on the employer. That's what the whole thing was a union for, so that the employer can't get over on us.
Yeah. So if
Exactly.
the employer starts doing that, then what would your union do?
They would probably strike.
Because
you're
the
not getting-
negotiations
but
fell
you-
through.
You wouldn't call that dipping into the owner's pocket, would you?
Yeah, I would.
Because
Because you want more money.
This isn't the owner's money.
What do you mean? It's not the owner's
Technically,
money?
it's the business's
It's
money.
it's the shareholders. It's the
owners,
business money.
It's the people that control the money's shit.
The owner's like the whole thing about an owner
Wow,
or
no,
CEO.
Investors,
the
they
people
control
have
it.
morals, but the business doesn't have morals. So
Exactly. That's
so
why
the
they're
business
telling the
has
people to
money.
strike.
Well, the CEOs like
Go ahead and strike.
all CEOs do. That's all delegation.
Well, if the title of those things is not to have any moral obligation, it's to figure out baselines, bottom lines, how to streamline, make more.
Well, that's the whole
spend
thing.
less.
I think it's,
and if anyone wants to refute that,
I think
that's
it's
where I tune out.
like Warner or
that's where I fully
Sony.
tune out.
Bob Zaslav, I think is his name. He's like cutting like everything.
That's what his job is to do.
Well, no, that's the whole thing. Okay, so look. But you're saying like I'm saying like look at the board and CEO have come. Okay, so Warner Brothers or Sony, I can't remember which one. They're $49 billion in debt.
What is that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a large number, right?
It's relative. And so I don't know like how they really put their debt on.
It is because they spend $300 on the Flash movie and it makes $50 million, and so that's a net $250 million loss because with marketing
Disney
and budget.
in the red.
Not Disney. It's like Sony or Warner Brothers. Whoever's doing like, I think it's Warner Brothers.
It's Warner Brothers.
So
as a company, they're in the red, or on that project.
Yeah, no,
Company.
both.
Jeez.
So David Zaslav is slashing everything.
Well, isn't that what?
Let me say. So it's the actions of the board and the CEO that not Bob Zaslav, but the previous one that has brought them to here because they pump in like they want to make, Justice League, everything. They're making only $300 million plus movies, but they keep all bombing. How is that the problem of the individual worker, the gaffer, the cameraman? Like who?
Because they work for that company that keeps on making.
But
decisions.
they bear the brunt of these bad decisions, whereas
it's not on them to stay there.
What if they have a contract, Trey?
They're
gonna have
obligated to leave their contract.
Are they
don't
gonna
have to give their employer any notice.
What if you sign on for however many pictures? What if you sign on for however many pictures?
Now you're talking about talent that has signed a contract, and you're morally and legally obligated to fulfill your contract.
Yeah, and then they still get more impacted.
If it doesn't work out, it was a gamble.
No, I'm saying
it wasn't a sure thing.
I'm saying that
this was not. Hey, we put in $10. We're going to make $1 billion. It was a gamble.
I'm saying that the actions, just like crypto, the actions
crypto.
of the people at the top,
not a guarantee that
were all
money.
Terrible. But they keep making these decisions, and it keeps impacting. You guys are thinking
that we're guaranteed making money. We're not. We're losing money at this point now. You just said
I'm not guaranteeing. I'm not saying anything, but I'm just saying the actions of these people. They get a negative result. They look at Morbius. Look at all this other shit that they put out. Yet they keep making these fucking
Morbius.
movies.
No. Like I said, you're not legally obligated to stay at a failing company.
But
true.
Why?
What illegal obligation do you have to at a failing company?
Why are these? Why is Bob?
You can leave at any time.
Why is Bob Iger's? Why is Bob Iger's pay inflating when they're as a company making less money? Tell me that.
Well, maybe you should ask them how they structure their business, Josh.
Yeah, and that's why people strike because they need to restructure the business.
Okay.
That's a great retort, Trey. Thank you. I'm enlightened by your response.
I mean,
I don't think so. He's doing his job. Other people are doing their job. But you know what? His job is way higher pay. So I think his decision means a lot more. I'm sorry.
Well, it does. That's why his
really
decisions make a lot more. So the collective decision of all the other workers
doesn't matter.
is still stronger than his.
It isn't. Unless he gets fired or removed.
or
I'm wrong.
I'm wrong. Or those companies.
But he's still gonna get a severance package that's greater than anybody else.
Of
course.
If those companies are hit to the degree where they don't make money,
then he's hurting.
And I think that's where it. I mean,
well, obviously, if that's the reason why you're cutting people.
Yeah, but if you
how am I going to pay you if we're on a fucking sailing ship, guys?
You mean sinking?
How am I going to pay you guys if we're on a sinking ship? Yes, we have stuff greenlit. Yes, we have bankroll. Yes, we can produce stuff, but we're not making money.
But then, as the workers, what they'll look at, because we're fucking, we have connections. We'll be like, all right, if we're not making money, then bro, why are you giving yourself a raise?
Because that's my decision.
Yeah, and then they'll say
anything else. Any other questions?
We'll say we don't agree with that.
They'll say we don't agree with it. So later, bro.
Oh no, later for you guys.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. And
no, later for the workers. I'm still up here.
Yeah,
that's what they're.
He doesn't have any.
I'm still up here. You guys are striking. You're not.
For how long?
But Trey, what happens to a house if you pull the foundation out from under it?
They're not the foundation.
You don't think so?
I truly.
Who's the foundation?
Who's the foundation?
How can you do anything without bankroll?
It doesn't.
How can you do anything without bankroll?
That's just a utility.
Okay, so the accounting firm is not a high profile job. That's part of the foundation. Accounting.
Is that under SAG?
No, but I'm just saying
Okay,
that's
so what
still
are we
like
talking about?
that's part of the foundation. The
But
people
that's
that don't make
they're
the
not
headlines that
striking.
aren't CEOs. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying like the foundation is people that you don't notice, that don't get credit
Yeah,
for shit.
that's what I'm saying. They're not the people on screen and stuff like that. That's not the foundation. The foundation of something like that, we can get almost anybody to be an actor. We can get almost anybody to be on-air talent. That's what they do every day, every movie, every time, every year.
I don't think so. But who's the foundation?
mean,
Just tell me who's
yeah,
the foundation.
It's the people at the top, and they don't change.
I don't think that's the foundation.
Are you? Oh, so we've got all these new actors, actresses that come up every year.
So you say
but yet the people at the very top, the controllers of these companies, they don't change. It's just like the LA. It's just like music. LA Reid, Clive Davis. They don't change. I don't
They're
know.
not CEOs.
They're CEOs of labels, Josh. I don't know
Look
what
at
we're talking about.
look at David Zaslav. He's a new CEO of Warner Brothers. He just got replaced. If the foundation just got replaced, wouldn't it have crumbled and collapsed? You could change these CEOs like all day. Nothing's gonna change. You replace you take away all the workers, nothing gets done. The CEOs have nothing to oversee, nothing to look at.
Okay. That's how I feel.
You take all the Drake, you take all the thing. What the fuck is LA Reid gonna be doing? He's gonna be like fucking sitting on his thumb.
No, he's going to find somebody else that can do exactly that same.
Which would be another artist that would be part of the foundation.
I think you're both in the way right. I do agree with Trey. Everybody's replaceable. I will say though,
It's hard to replace people at the top.
No. I mean, I think all talent's replaceable, but not good talent. And I think ultimately, because making content is so easy right now and wages, like everyone's gonna do it. I think ultimately what will happen with these things is that quality will just keep on
Diminishing.
dropping.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay.
But then you will be paying people, oh, you want to make a movie? Here's $100.
Well, that's what they are doing, like Tubi and all those new networks that are coming up.
Oh,
making
bro,
these crazy movies.
you don't even want to talk about Tubi.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, not Tubi.
It is
Quibi.
No, I think it's.
No, Tubi's fine. Tubi's free. Quibi. Do you remember Quibi?
No.
I think I
Quibi
heard
was
of it.
a multi-billion-dollar investment by boards and CEOs to make short format TV that you could view on your phone, that you could watch in portrait format, not landscape. So you didn't have to turn your phone. And it failed spectacularly, and it was all by board members. But yeah, I don't disagree with you that everybody's replaceable, but I think that quality will take a hit.
Yeah.
It's been though.
But
Yeah.
then at the
think
same
to
time,
a degree.
I think CEOs are replaceable too.
They are.
Obviously
Actually, I know
they are.
if you don't get
Yeah.
somebody from entertainment,
CEOs are definitely in. But the thing is, with those companies, it seems like those CEOs just play musical chairs.
yeah, you might not even be from the entertainment industry. You might
No,
be
no,
from
no,
the
no,
you
no,
might
no,
be from
they-
another
no, no, no.
industry.
Be from
but
a fine. Yeah, no.
They literally just.
Yeah. They go from like.
They literally go from.
Because retail does that. Yeah.
It's kind of like, they just play musical chairs. Oh, LA Reid's not over here this year, but he's over here. Oh, Diddy's not over here this year. It's like they're just.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think ultimately, like, I think those people kind of. I think
they
it's a little
care?
different.
You think they
No,
care?
I think like those people, like in terms of specifically music, I think those people can. I think that's a little more like, what have you done for me lately? If you're not successful in the
movies
music
are, though?
industry,
I mean, I think that's what a lot of things are. What have you done with me lately?
but it's like,
all
but
the
no,
big
that's what I'm
boys
saying.
movies,
Like,
if James Cameron wasn't going to the bottom of the ocean, nobody would be caring. Like, it's like there's Cachet or Michael Bay or.
You ever think about
you know
how
what I mean?
the word Karen now just has a whole new, care. You're saying caring, but Karen.
Karen,
And there's like
yeah.
male Karens now.
Chad.
Kevin's and I heard Chad is good. Giga Chads, Giga Chad. Those are
Chads are
positive.
bad, but
I mean, I don't trust the Chad regardless.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
like,
I mean, I don't know. Like
I feel
I can
for
see
the
Chad
people,
driving
for
a
sure.
Subaru, like Stoner Chad.
I feel for people. All I'm
Stoner
saying
Chads.
is like you got to be a little more cognizant. Like I get it, we all want more money, but like when we're not being profitable and stuff like that.
I just think there's a point too where you gotta say it's not even about yes, I want more money, but also I don't want to be having to struggle to live to make you rich.
I guess yeah.
Like
I
that's
probably
ultimately it. Like
I
I'm just
probably
trying
didn't need to
be-
say all that shit. I probably just would be like,
yeah,
Sean,
like, I'm
what
just trying not
say?
to struggle to live to make you richer. I don't care if you're richer. Most people will say fuck it. Everyone needs a rich person to pretend that they can be one day. But just give me my like extra money so my family can go on our
Yeah, but it's not up to you to
Cancun
determine
vacation.
how much money I give you.
No, it's not. But it's up to your. But we know statistically, like in the way that like.
Yeah, I pay you minimum wage.
No. But we know the way, like statistically, you can look at statistics of studies that will say if your employee is happy, they won't be bothered by this shit.
I don't care about that.
But then that's his bad business. That's bad business.
That's bad business.
Yeah, because you're losing money. Ultimately, it's been proven. It's been proven.
Worker
statistically.
At what cost is it at having happy employees? You could have a high turnover rate for employees.
No, it is proven that you can statistically be.
This is for every business across the world.
Yes.
I don't think that's a proven fact, but okay.
What were you going to say?
How could it be? We couldn't take those studies.
Because I'm just saying yes to something that you can't. I mean, your question was pointless. You had nowhere to go with it.
No.
Yeah, I can say no, you can't prove it. But what are you gonna do? Go find the one like rice farmer out in the middle of Mongolia and be like, oh, it doesn't work here. Like, no.
Well, the whole thing is like worker turnover is never a good thing, especially if it's a higher number. More money on training, and then the efficiency takes time to get back to the baseline.
The less that your employees care, the more likely they're in for stealing, for like in-house like loss of just money.
But what if we take that all into account before we hire these people?
It would make
what if we
if you take that
loss?
if you account for that loss, which you could account for that loss, and you choose that over the fact that you would gain more money.
Who's to say it's gain? Because I mean, that's what Bezos does. He willingly chooses to let people steal and stuff like that and pay them.
But it's affected them now to the point where they have many class action lawsuits going on.
And they got like the turnover was so high that they were like figuring that they would just keep firing or people quitting and they just train new workers. But the turnover is so high that they've gone so.
I mean,
it's public perception is a lot too. I mean, you think like generally it doesn't affect it until
I don't
a certain
think in
point.
public. I think it's being more like you have more likelihood of having larger class action lawsuits, like because you just have more like
see you're like.
I don't know how those work in business though, but I would assume like
I know I've got
covered.
Huh?
I don't know how class actions work and stuff like that, but I would assume like the owners are probably legally covered.
Well,
it's not
in
about,
a class action lawsuit.
Yeah, it's not them. It's just the fact that like you're ultimately counting up that money that's lost. So I'm just saying like ultimately like I don't know. You'd have to see what the dollar was that year, what the dollar is this year, and see how much it is then equal over to. But to say that like something as super simple as being like, yeah, we're gonna give you an extra 1,000 to take your family to Cancun.
It's simple for us to say it.
Well, I guess I would say like generally this is probably like most business, publicly owned businesses. The way businesses run is geared towards short-term growth instead of long-term stability. They want to see returns. They want to see revenue.
That would probably be because of they've had statistical evidence that proves that that's their best bet.
In long
term.
No.
Short term.
But short term over.
It does not have any correlation to long term.
Most people don't do long term.
Nobody correlates like if we
variables will be different.
If we paid them better over the long term, it would be better. But it's like shareholders because. That's mostly all these things.
Money. They want their.
We want to see
returns.
Dividends now.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like 5 years down the line. It's like
it's immediately.
Q1, Q2.
That's the thing that I'm saying. I think employees are like not seeing. It's like okay, you've got investors, all these other people that have put up money for you just to even get paid to do this job. Yeah. And then now you're saying, oh, I think we need to get more money, while the investors and stuff are saying, bro, I haven't even got paid.
Well, the whole thing is like investors.
And I've invested into this. I'm not working there. I invested. This is a money-making opportunity for me. If it's not making me money, I don't know why I'm investing.
Wait, couldn't I just say the same thing to you as like, yeah, but you signed up for it. That's your bad, bro.
You invested.
You invested. You signed up for it.
You're right. So now that we're losing money, guess what? You're out of a job.
You're
out of a job.
That's
You're
cool.
out of a job.
After there will be a point where you can't do that,
and they don't care because they have the money. That's what I'm saying.
In history, that's always shown that basically at some point the masses come and kill the people with the money.
Damn, I did not know my
for real.
My
usually
people empowerment like socialist leaning thing would like lead to such a spirited.
When did that ever happen?
Are you for real?
It was just Bastille Day yesterday, or the day before yesterday was Bastille Day.
Yeah, dude, the French Revolution.
I don't mess with French because they're super racist, but I could believe it.
I would say the French are less racist than America.
Are we gonna get into the racist conversation?
Did you
now?
not see
Everyone's
all the
racist.
you're right,
interracial
you're right.
couples over in London and Paris compared to over here? You didn't.
No, I did see that, but I do know about people of color over there that were held back in the day from French and had to leave.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt that they're racist.
I mean-
but I'm saying less racist than here.
So they could have been French too, just darker melanated.
I remember Western just means west of the Middle East. So
Yeah, I'm not.
Western
they could
culture.
legitimately
Well, even
been
like
French,
even
yeah.
Middle East it's like it's a colonial term because it's like east of what? Middle
what?
East of
No,
what?
but
from Europe, yeah.
I really don't know. Like, what did French do to overturn and get power? Because I really don't know.
They stormed the Bastille, which was like a political prisoner thing, and then they freed all the prisoners, and then they got the governor and they beheaded him or
behead them.
something.
And then they started beheading.
Was
all
he
the,
like the president?
The governor of like the local municipality, but then
Yeah.
they started getting the royalty, the bourgeoisie.
I mean, ultimately, the United States was the commoners that were sent over here, being like, "F that, we're gonna kick back."
Oh, so that happened right before we came over here.
That's what we did here.
Oh, this
When we-
happened over here.
Yeah, that when the settlers came over, or when the why can't I think of the right word?
Pilgrims?
Anyway, yeah, pilgrims came over here. They weren't against they were still working under the king. They're still working.
No, I know they had to pay the tea tax and all that stuff.
Yeah, and they were and everything like that. And they were like, no, we don't want to pay you. We don't want to give you our money.
I thought that was the Boston Tea Party.
That was just a very small piece of it. But basically, the whole point was saying we don't want to be giving you, like, we're not part of you. We don't want to be giving you money. But he could say to them, y'all signed the contract.
Well, in in the defense of them, they went to a whole nother land. So maybe those actors should go to a whole nother area. Maybe they should settle some new lands and.
Bro, Trey went to send the actors to, like, Antarctica.
Well,
He's go to the Galapagos, and then you can.
I'm just saying,
you
go
can act
start your
freely.
own stuff on your own, and then come back and talk to how much money you
That's
deserve.
the whole thing is like, you say it's like just YouTube, but like that, how much traffic has YouTube pulled away from like TV?
Well,
You don't even watch
it's just
TV.
like Spotify,
But it's like eventually
radio,
you
know
just
what I
get
mean?
a couple rich celebrities to finance it. They'll make their own studio and then they'll like what started
Tyler
out as like a
Perry
thing.
just bought BET, bro.
Dude, Tyler Perry has one of the most expensive jets
Crazy.
He
of all like
legitimately
entertainment
owns
CEOs.
BET.
Yeah.
Hey,
So it's like
who owns Shein?
It was I think as far as I know, it was a Chinese company.
So is it like
It could be a Chinese government.
is it a government company?
It could be like a TikTok. I really don't know.
it's hard to like
Say.
tell how deep the fingers are
How
in those
long
pockets.
has that company been popping?
5-6 years.
Yeah.
And like
Very
what's
short.
their main is
Their
that
draw?
apparel? Like
It's
like low-end apparel,
women's clothing. It's like cheaper than Forever 21.
Cheaper than Fashion Nova.
so they tried to go cheap on the business and they got caught. So
no,
No,
the thing
it's
is,
on
like,
imports.
For females, they could get a whole fit for like $20.
no, but I'm saying like they as a business got
Yeah.
caught for trying to be
Oh no, just for stealing.
for stealing.
For stealing and conspiracy to
Oh.
steal, and then selling stolen.
You mean stealing IP though?
Stealing
like
IP.
stealing like fashion off the runways, pretty much. And then they get their teams.
They were
you
doing
said.
graphics. They were doing everything.
Like taking the exact same graphic.
Tweaking it very
They take the
minimally.
cuts, the profiles, and then they just like do it. What like
Tweak it very minimally, and then sell it for
So the fact
75% less.
and because
$5
it was
a
an
piece or something.
import. So because it was an import, what they get called at? Like what they
RICO, they got hit with the RICO, which is like I think is the first ever for a company
especially of such a
get
size.
hit with that, because normally they classify a RICO as like a gang or some kind
individual,
of street.
powerful individual.
No, it has to.
or
No, a
something.
RICO is more than one person. It's like you're
Oh, yeah,
conspirating.
yeah.
So
so
it's,
it's like racketeering.
it's racketeering.
That's exactly what it is.
It is what it is. It's
Yeah.
RICO. That's what the R is in RICO. It's racketeering. And I don't know.
Not
Importation?
embezzlement, import.
But yeah, racketeering is the first one. But yeah, it's very crazy. But I think that they're also trying to do that because it's a Chinese
thing.
company.
So who hit them with how does that work? Do you know how
Feds. It's a
hit with the
RICO.
RICO? Well, I don't. Yeah, that's
It's
what.
feds.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's the federal government.
Do
So it's,
they have stores out here?
they don't have storefronts.
Racketeer, influenced, and corrupt organizations.
There you go.
Crazy
organizations.
So
yeah,
that
you're
was
right.
like that sounds like mafioso back in the
But
day.
that's what it
That
was.
the
That's
whole-
what the whole RICO was made for. Was
Yeah,
for those
yeah,
people.
yeah.
But now we're in a
Yeah.
time to where there are just if we could get hit with the RICO.
So we're yeah.
Don't
Well,
talk about that.
weren't we talking about a case? wasn't it the
Casey,
Gunna
shout out.
case? Didn't you see the
That's
Gunna
what that
case? Was a RICO
is.
case?
They're technically a label, but they have done some stuff. And because we can tie these people that we know are a part of the label into that stuff, we're going to hit all you guys with this RICO case.
And because it's China,
Someone's gonna
the
fold.
U.S. was like, we're going to hit you with this RICO case.
And normally the way they do it, they hit so many people, like someone's going to fold.
Oh, because all you got to do is just
Yeah,
be like,
put pressure.
all you
Put
gotta-
pressure on
Damn.
on all the individuals. Someone will
person.
fold.
One person.
That's
rat out the
crazy.
whole thing.
One person. All we need is one.
I don't even understand. How do you put pressure on people that aren't in the country? How does that?
Maybe they are. That's what,
but like, look,
that's what I don't know.
Well, 'cause I
It's-
know if they are, then you can make it an instant no-fly list.
No
and
fly
then you
list. But
get-
maybe they're.
Well, no,
maybe
it's-
they are in the country.
I don't know, Josh. You know,
I don't know where Shein
well,
based that. I
it's
know
because it's like, where is the majority of the consumers that buy Shein?
Oh.
And if you hit their import,
got
you hit their
you.
infrastructure.
Got you.
What do you got? Like
Didn't we
they're
do that
gonna
with
they're
the-
gonna stack
the
clothes
Huawei
in China.
phone? Highway. Huawei?
That was a little bit of
Huawei?
industrial espionage though, like because
But
they were
didn't
trying to like.
Didn't we stop importing their goods?
Yeah, I
Or
don't
was
think
it
you
something
can.
like
I
that?
think you can get. Don't think you can get Huawei phones.
Huawei,
in,
that's
in,
it. Thank you.
Yeah,
'cause-
no, it's definitely
Yeah.
something crazy going on.
So we're going after China like that, and India is up fighting China on something.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
in the Himalayas?
yeah. Okay. So this
wanna
is. I
go.
just actually just like
To the
learned
Himalayas?
about. I just learned about this shit
Yeah.
like right before you guys got here. Shout out this guy on TikTok and
This guy.
Instagram. His name is Pearlmania 5000.
Wow,
Shout out
bro.
to God. So I found out that India and China, their militaries, their armies are fighting against each other.
Right now?
Yeah. And they're fucking
hell?
killing each other.
Wait, what?
It's not fucking
That's
on
not
any
war.
sort of media thing. So they're fighting in the Himalayas in these locations that nobody cares about. It's super remote because it's all about where you draw this border and they can't agree. But they're clashing and shit, and they had a little bit of a ceasefire to like, okay, let's talk about this. So they got together and they agreed that they're gonna keep fighting, but they're not gonna use guns.
Wait, what?
That's dope.
They're using bombs.
So they're using
No,
no.
probably hand-to-hand combat.
They're using medieval weapons in the Himalayas.
Wait, what?
So they're in modern.
Yo, no, hit me with a gun, rather.
They're in modern
You have
military
a better
gear.
chance hand-to-hand combat.
I mean,
That depends.
I don't know. Better chance to die
Never-
slowly, to bleed out.
Better chance to survive, I would guess.
So well, the whole thing
Yeah,
is what
you
I've
just got
what I've heard
one-on-one combat,
I've been
dude.
weaved, bro.
is that they're sticking to that,
That's
but
crazy.
India usually prevails in these clashes because it's like he had a great analogy.
Was that
It's like
from Street Fighters? They got those long arms.
oh Dawson
Dawson?
like that. Well, like okay, so it's like the whole premise of Air Bud. It's like a dog
Yoga
playing
fire?
in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's like there's no rules against it. So the whole thing with India is they're making they're getting these ancient weapons that people use for thousands of years and they're modernizing them. So they're using a fucking trident, but they're making an electrified trident.
Oh, it's like some Marvel shit.
Yeah,
It's
they're making
like
some crazy weapons, like some fucking
Black
Silk the
Panther.
Shocker.
Dope.
I was gonna say Silk the
kinda
Shocker.
dope.
I was like, I like this back to basics
dope.
approach.
Oh, that's
basic.
crazy.
So like,
I'm kinda down,
They're
dude.
I've been
making
watching way too many Marvel movies.
Okay, so tied to Marvel, the Shocker.
What
So-
would be your
Shout
weapon
out-
of choice?
Shout
How
out
would you
Silk the
electrify
Shocker.
your weapon of choice?
No, they're making stun gloves, like gloves that
That
are
is the
electrified,
Shocker, bro.
right? Right?
Pa, 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 pa. Just electrocute
And
you
so
while
they're
you go.
they're fucking murdering each other, but like there's no coverage. But I think it's fucking dope. Shout out
Wait.
Promania 5000, dog.
Wait, what part do you think is dope? Because you just said they're murdering each other, and I just
Well,
want
because
you
they're
to
not. They're
maybe
they're-
clean that
well,
one.
when you're doing hand-to-hand combat, you're not doing. There's no civilian casualties. There's no what's
He's
it called?
right.
Collateral
He's right.
damage.
There's no
Collateral
collateral
damage.
damage.
Like unless you're doing like
That's
those
true.
crazy, like what's it called? Those like bow and arrow, like you're doing 1,000 arrows at a time.
He's right.
And it's like there's no like, yeah, unless you're using a bow and arrow.
we all signed up for this.
They signed up for it, and which is like we agreed not to use guns, but we can't. It doesn't like I'll
Doesn't
use a
say-
trident. Doesn't mean that it can't be like a flame shooting trident or some shit. Like
Did you see me, Ron? I killed him with the trident.
yeah.
yeah, I thought you should probably go into hiding.
He made sure to lay
Yo,
low.
this video shows them fighting with sticks and bricks.
But yeah, that they were using that before. Like they were using sticks. Fucking
Oh, so now
rocks.
they're kicking.
Now
the
they're
game
like
up.
now they're like yeah. Okay,
Well, you
so
gotta, make some stuff.
so it's like
Yo,
I'm not gonna keep fighting with sticks. Like if anything,
Yeah,
they probably move from a stick to a metal stick.
What do you think your best
to
weapon
a rock
is?
on a
What do you
stick,
think you're using? What's your weapon?
I would go a
Fist or
spear.
Spear?
a car.
No cars.
Hand. You have to hold it in your hands.
Unless it's
the
a
wheel?
tiny Hot Wheel car.
You gonna fight with a wheel?
You're just gonna see
driving.
Trey in there with the steering.
No,
wheel.
that's all you got. There ain't no car.
But it has a spike
No,
on the
to
end
be
of it.
honest, I think I can make something that would go on my arm and would either have a boost so I could hit harder or have hydraulics that would like extend off my knuckles an inch or two.
So like kind of like the stun
Like the
gloves, but
shocker
like
gloves.
a
Yeah,
super
but I try,
puncher
to,
glove.
I try to be like the rock crusher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, and then they gotta be all metal up here.
Yeah,
so when somebody
exactly,
throws a boat, you can stop it.
Exactly.
I think it's cool because like look, if everybody abided by that, like there would be no suicide bombings. Like somebody would have to just go around to a public place and just hit everybody with a lead pipe. There's not going to be many fatalities from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why no one's gonna abide by that. I think.
Yeah, I mean
see
it's
them
it's
coming.
it's a rare instance, but it's like
Do you know it's just fighting over the border, or like there's
where the border
there's
is
clearly
drawn.
like some type of like resource out.
No
that
border.
space-
It's not Kashmir or anything. It's the
alien
border.
spaceship.
Because okay, so this is to tie it back to Barbie. Did you hear that it's banned in Vietnam?
I would
No,
believe
but
it.
why?
So
I mean, I'm not
American
surprised by that,
propaganda.
but
in
why?
one scene, there's a scene where like they have a map on a wall that's like crudely drawn by like it's supposed to look like a
Oh,
kid
so
drew
really
with
American
crayon.
propaganda.
No, but then like it's
biggest.
it's called the 9-dash line,
Okay.
and they put it on there, and Vietnam's like, oh, that's a propaganda tool because China is is
Technically.
asserting ownership over like the South Seas.
Yeah.
And so it has that in there. And then like I can't remember where I saw it. Maybe it was on Permani's thing, but it's like, oh, I'm sure the production team just fucking Googled a map of the world and it had it on there, and it just so happened to fucking Photoshop that shit. And then they were like, fuck, I didn't think this would happen. I just was trying to draw a goddamn map over
We
here,
didn't think
people.
that one through. We did not think that one through.
Maybe,
Yeah.
But yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah, I got caught watching Himalaya videos this week actually. But
Is that where Bubba Kush is from?
Yeah, Hindu, Afghanistan.
yeah,
No, that's
Afghani.
Ghani.
That's Afghani.
No, it was the
No,
the
there's
Bubba
like-
was specifically because of the elevation in the Himalayas.
Oh, but any
That's
of
why
the-
it's purple,
like-
because it's colder and the elevation.
Hindu Kush mountain range, any sort of Kush. That's where.
Well,
comes
no,
from?
it was specifically. I wanted to
Specifically
say
that one.
specifically. I think Bubba.
Is there really one called Hindu Kush?
Yeah,
No, it's the Hindu Kush mountain
Hindu.
ranges.
I think Hindu is like skunk.
Oh,
or
that's what they're
something
called, the Hindu Kush
Yeah.
mountain ranges. Mm-hmm. Is that part of the Himalayas or Himalayas? Actually, sorry.
Is that what it's pronounced?
Yeah,
Himalayas.
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 I know, but whatever
Something
OG
like
is up, it's indigenous to growing in the Himalayas.
So you're
That's
probably saying
crazy.
those strains that were in the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Those are
the ones
from,
that they were
yeah,
really
yeah.
They were
getting-
importing them from there.
They were really from there,
or
And
at least
thing
the
is,
seeds
You
or
that's what
imagine
made
going
them
up
so-
the mountain and you're like, oh wait, what's
Well, that's what made them so different. Like Ghani, it's a very tall strain. It's like a sativa because it grew in the desert, not a lot of water,
Yeah.
stretching out to the sun. The Himalaya, like the OGs and stuff, very stout, not a lot of sun, cold, mountainsides. Yeah.
yeah,
history, man.
yeah, it's crazy.
So interesting. You think people are going up there? They're harvesting. Be like,
They were for
Maybe.
sure.
they're like,
I mean, they
oh
were
man,
for sure.
this is some dang shit. And they
I mean,
smoke and they
weren't
fall
we
sick and they just fall off the
harvesting
mountain.
like opium from
Yeah. I think
yeah,
what
yeah.
war was that? Or at least
Afghanistan war.
Cold War. Cold War.
American Gangster taught me that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Charlie Wilson's War. Had that
on
shit.
on the Himalayas. That's where Mount Everest is, and then this year has like been the most Mount Everest deaths I think like ever on it.
Why do you think
Too many people.
it's too many people?
Too many people trying to do it now, and like a lot of people like they aren't like paying
Close enough attention?
Yeah. And so like there's just like scenarios, and also like the
Do
more
you think they're making it seem like it's too easy?
I mean,
Do you think people are getting a false?
I think people.
know, dude, just freaking cook and hit me. Listen, dude.
I think people have money now to go on adventures, and
Yeah.
and so people would do that, you know, because you basically buy Sherpas, but yeah, some of it's been like because like more feet are like there's more walking, there's so things are like you know breaking,
Slipperier, more
all
wear.
that kind of stuff is like.
And do you think maybe they're not training as much too, so their body's hasn't had? The,
I feel like most of those people that are buying it
Not
don't
training.
train. Yeah.
Do you think this is kind of like an Ocean
Like the
Gate?
spare
This
air,
is
right?
this is like
Yeah,
this is kind of
100%.
like
It's like
back to
it's
Ocean
basically
Gate.
like
Like
the
Spare air, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
good,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
this
because
lack of preparation is not good for them.
yeah, and like the thing is like I don't think people even mentally, like, it's not. There's a physical preparation, but the mental preparation is like
way stronger. You got to be way
dude,
stronger.
You're walking by dead bodies. Like you're literally just walking.
Yeah, I
want to
see a dead body.
So you
What's
got
the opening of that from? Boys in the Hood.
Nostalgia.
Boys in the Hood.
Oh
yeah, train tracks.
Yeah.
Y'all want to see a
Oh,
dead
but
body?
isn't that also in Stand By Me? Y'all want to see a dead body?
Is he poking with a stick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boys in the Hood for sure. He's like, y'all want to see a dead body?
Yeah. So we'll end it with Boys in the Hood, Dead Bodies.
Okay. Well,
That was all we went through. That was everything, right?
This is a lovely
We
spirited
basically
conversation we've had this week,
Yeah.
fellas. All right. Well,
Trey's melting away, so I don't want to see. We don't
Bro.
want to lose him.
yeah, he needs
He got
to hydrate.
he got way too
needs to hydrate.
heated, sticking up
Yeah.
for the businesses.
I feel like freaking the Wicked Witch of
Hey,
You feeling like Bob Iger
Yo,
right now, huh?
is big business like paying you for all this repping that you're doing for them?
He comes in a Hyundai and he gets picked up by a fucking Bentley. That's what happened.
I just want every American to know that they can become anything they want to be.
Would you run for president if opportunity given?
Yeah, it'd be funny.
Honestly, knowing his stance on everything, I'd still vote for him. But then I'd be like, if he does something fucked up, I'd be like, I knew him, and he said this.
Yeah. Oh,
I have evidence.
Turn him in. Just turn him in hard.
Oh, this man.
I can hold our leaders accountable.
Yeah, no, I would definitely.
Now you know what he would do though. He would, if he got elected, he'd instantly throw both of us on his.
Oh,
Yeah, you would be.
So we
We'd
get
go into
incriminated.
gulag. We
you'd
go
be
into gulag.
military. You'd be like.
Wait, Josh is military.
You be
Bro, we're all gonna be using medieval weapons now.
You
That's
be
fucked up.
military, and Sean would be like personal relations with like international personal relations. Yeah. Go talk to
If I
Saudi
took over
for
the
me.
military, they're just gonna start dropping swords from jets instead of bombs.
You trying to get my head cut off, bro?
accentuate your nose.
Oh, he's one of us.
One of
One
us.
of us. One of us. One of us.
All right. On that note, everybody, thank you so much
It is hot.
for your for melting
Wave
with
it like
us.
a
Petey
Petey
Pablo.
Pablo. Take your shirt off.
Wave it like a helicopter.
Thank you for everybody waving around your head like a
North
helicopter.
Carolina.
Yo, like
wanna
and subscribe.
raise
And raising up and everything, because we like to raise you up,
Take your shirt off.
just like Trey raises up big business.
I love business, man.
He's business, man.
Thank
I'm a
you for all your
business-
likes,
big
comments,
business.
subscribes.
I love
great.
socialism too, though.
Yo, share.
No, he don't.
Share this away. Tell us what you
Like, subscribe, hit us up at Almost Never Pod on all socials. Send us an email if you want, at almostneverpod@gmail.com. I'm Josh.
Anyone that's mad, I waved the white flag.
This
I'm
is
sorry.
Trey.
Sean.
This is Sean. Thank
We
you so
out.
much. We love you. Good night.
Everything worked
Good
on
day.
us today, guys. The heat.
It's hot.
Maybe they just need a higher operating temperature.
Why is it so hot? It's way hot.